In the gentle quiet of your home, let a breath settle softly into your belly, as if cradling a small bird. The day unfolds like a tender leaf, glistening with the dew of possibility. As you let go of the busyness of yesterday and the worries of tomorrow, invite yourself into this moment, this heartbeat in time. Feel the air wrap around you, a soft embrace that whispers, "You are here." There is nowhere else to be, and in this space, everything is just as it should be. The sun draped itself lazily across the kitchen counter, casting golden hues onto the worn wooden surface. A kettle hummed softly on the stove, a quiet conversation of steam and warmth. The air was infused with a lingering scent of morning coffee, rich and inviting, wrapping around like a favorite blanket on a cool day. You stand before the sink, the dishes waiting patiently in a gentle curve, a small mountain of porcelain and glass, of silver and stainless steel. Each piece, a memory, a bowl filled with laughter, a plate where love had been served, a cup that cradled warmth as stories were shared. There is a delicate balance between the ordinary and the profound, and in this moment, you allow yourself to notice as you pick up the first dish. Cool and smooth in your hands, the water runs a cascade of clarity over the surface. You turn the faucet and the sound envelops you, a rhythmic flow that resonates with the heartbeat of the world outside. In the quiet of your home, everything else fades, becoming a soft hum somewhere in the distance. You immerse the plate in warm, soapy water, bubbles rising, creating a mini universe of their own, shimmering and dancing in the light. Each touch causes ripples, small but meaningful. The sensation of the water is a balm, caressing your fingers, an invitation to feel fully alive. You notice the warmth traveling from your fingertips up your arms, a gentle reminder of the life coursing through you as you scrub the surface. The grit slips away, leaving behind a shining path, a metaphor for the worries that linger in your thoughts. Each circular motion draws your focus deeper, leading you further into the moment. Water splashes lightly, a playful dance against the porcelain, and you chuckle softly, the sound breaking the silence. A tiny integration of joy into the mundane. Thoughts arise, schedules, tasks, questions of the day like clouds passing in the vast sky of your mind. You observe them, noticing their shapes and colors without judgment. They float by, a steady stream that cannot distract you from the warmth of your hands, the gentle strength of your body as it bends and sways. You allow the thoughts to pass, acknowledging them like visitors, yet inviting them not to settle too long. Each dish, each utensil, is a striking reminder of connection, to the people you share meals with, to the moments gathered around a table. The glass glimmers, catching the sunlight, its transparency reflecting back the world around you. You reach for a fork, its cool, metallic surface grounding you, linking you to the present. You marvel at how something as simple as a fork can carry with it the weight of every meal, every shared laugh, every struggle resolved over a simple meal as you soak the utensils. As the water bubbles around your hands, lively and effervescent, you begin to feel the rhythm of your breath, deep and even. In this steady flow, you find a mirror for your own internal landscape. With each inhale, you gather more awareness, and with each exhale, you release what does not belong in this moment. Time feels different here, stretched like dough, kneaded with intention, each second expanding, filling space with stillness. Plates tumble into the drying rack. Barely, you hear the subtle clinks and clangs, a quiet orchestra performing just for you. The harmony serves as a reminder of the beauty in the mundane, the art that lies in the everyday. Somewhere outside, a bird chirps, a celebratory note that lifts the air, inviting you to join in the symphony of now. You pause, listening to its song, a reminder of the vibrant life that surrounds you. The sun journeys across the sky overhead, tracing paths of light that dance along the walls. changing the canvas of your kitchen with every minute you resume your task. Eyes soft and focused, allowing laughter and love to fill your heart as you care for each item, cherishing what they represent. In this bright space, you are a caretaker, not just of dishes, but of moments filled with compassion and warmth. And as your hands continue their work, the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Wiping the last dish, you feel a flicker of satisfaction, a warmth that spirals outward into your being. You let the water drain from the sink, watching it swirl and slide away, taking with it the remnants of the task. You breathe in the fragrance of soap, mingling with the earthy aroma of drying dishes, and hear the gradual quiet settle upon your shoulders, offering a lightness that feels liberating. As you dry your hands on a soft towel, the texture envelops you in its familiar embrace, and your heart swells at the simplicity of this moment. You stand there, present and fully embraced by the richness of now. Everything you've done, every sound, every feeling has come together in this untouched instant of tapestry of life woven from the threads of being. Slowly, you step back from the sink, and as the sun continues to dip lower in the sky, you feel a sense of completion, not just with the dishes, but with the experience of being. You are reminded that within the ordinary lies the extraordinary, and the present moment is both a refuge and a canvas. This stillness, this peace, remains within you, a gentle reminder that no matter where you go, you can always return to the warmth of your breath, to the ebb and flow of life's gentle rhythm. In the quiet stillness of a late afternoon, the sun's golden light spills softly through the curtains. Take a moment to pause. Breathe in deeply, feeling the cool air fill your lungs, and let it out slowly, allowing any tensions to drift away with each exhale. Imagine the day's hurried moments slowly sinking into the background, like leaves floating gently down a tranquil stream. Allow yourself to settle into the present, each heartbeat, each breath anchoring you in this very moment. Here, within the embrace of stillness, we invite ourselves to accompany a simple task, one that whispers profound truths if we choose to listen. The kitchen was aglow with the warm light of late afternoon, casting gentle shadows on the tiled floor. Emily stood before a sink filled with the remnants of a simple lunch, the dishes piled high like an unspoken to-do list. And yet, as she gazed at the glistening plates and colorful bowls, a soft smile emerged, tinged with gratitude for the meal. Shared with the water running, she watched as the clear stream danced and sparkled, reflecting tiny rainbows as it cascaded into the basin. The sound of water was both soothing and rhythmic, a gentle reminder of nature's constants that continued on, unaffected by the rush of the day. Each droplet was a note in the symphony of the presenta, cadence of simplicity that invited her to step fully into this moment. She rolled up her sleeves and placed her hands into the warm water, feeling its enveloping embrace. It wrapped around her limbs like a loving hug, coaxing her to acknowledge the sensations of the here and now. The temperature was just right, warmed by the sun that had poured its light into the space. It's a reminder of all the warmth and joy life can encompass. As she took the first plate, she noticed the texture beneath her fingers' smooth surface, memory-laden from laughter and conversations shared over meals past. With each swipe of the sponge, there was an opportunity to clear away not just the remnants of food, but the remnants of the day. Each scrub became a gentle release of thoughts, of worries for tomorrow. She rinsed the plate, observing the water pooling, then cascading away, a tiny whirlpool, ebbing and flowing in the sink. For a moment, she lost herself in the sight of it, the way the water spiraled and faded, taking with it the remnants of her rushing mind. They cycle away, leaving behind clarity. Then came the sound, the quiet splash of the water as she dropped the plate into the rack, the gentle clink of the ceramic, the soft murmurs of the sponge gliding across the surface. all blended into a tapestry of sound that filled the silence. Each note intermingled with the quiet hum of her thoughts, a delicate interplay of sound and sensation in which Emily found an unrushed presence. She continued this sacred ritual of washing a dance of hands in water. Each item became a new opportunity for connection. A vibrant red bowl, gifted by her mother, reminded her of the family gatherings that had once filled the house with warmth and laughter. The worn, chipped mug she cradled in her hands bore witness to countless mornings of solitude, sips of coffee fueling her dreams. As she washed, she began to notice her mind wandering, a usual occurrence that she gently countered with an anchor of awareness. The swirl of thoughts, plans, regrets, to-do lists dissipated as she brought her focus back to the warmth of the water gliding over her skin. The aroma of the soap, subtly floral and calming. She reminded herself that it was okay for thoughts to drift in and out like clouds passing in the sky, observed without judgment, allowed to be dot with each rinsed dish. There was a sense of release. The simple act of caring for these objects became a metaphor for her own life. The way the dishes shifted through grime, gradually restoring their shine, echoed the way we sometimes find ourselves cloaked in distractions, anxieties, and the residue of the day. As she took a deep breath, imagining the air filling her chest and then flowing out, she embraced the notion that moments of clarity could arise from the mundane if only she chose to linger in them. Emily turned towards the window as she washed. The last item, a small knife, its blade reflecting back the light of the setting sun. The world outside unfolded before her. The golden leaves on trees dancing in the soft breeze, the laughter of children playing in the distance. A profound stillness enveloped her as she felt a deep connection to the world beyond her kitchen, reminder of life's rhythm, continuous and steadfast. She paused and allowed herself to simply be, to watch, to breathe, to listen. The awareness of the moment wrapped around her like a soft blanket, warm and protective. Here she was, in the thick of her everyday life, immersed in the miracle of being present. The water continued to flow, gurgling as it moved toward the drain, leaving the sink an oasis of cleanliness and calm. And as she took that final breath, she realized that this moment of routine had transformed into something sacred. The act of washing dishes had unfolded into a meditation on presence, interconnectedness, and the beauty of embracing the ordinary. As Emily dried her hands on a soft, well-worn towel, she understood that even the simplest of acts can lead to deeper insights, a reflection of life's ebb and flow. It's a reminder to savor each moment as it comes. The dishes now clean, the kitchen filled with the embrace of evening light. She felt grounded and at peace, a fleeting connection that would carry her gently through the rest of her day. Each ordinary moment holds the potential for mindfulness, waiting patiently for us to notice and appreciate its quiet beauty, just as water bids us to pay attention to its gentle ripple. Imagine, if you will, a moment suspended in time, a quiet morning where the world awakens softly, and the gentle embrace of dawn wraps around you like a warm blanket. The air is clear and cool, inviting you to breathe deeply and fully, to draw in the freshness of possibility. With each breath, notice how your body responds, how your chest rises and falls, how your shoulders relax, and your mind begins to settle. In this space, there are no expectations. There is only the present moment, waiting patiently for you to arrive in a small kitchen, sunlight filtered through sheer curtains, casting delicate patterns upon the countertop. A single wooden chair sits at the table, still untouched, inviting one to take a seat and observe the unfolding scene. The kettle hums quietly on the stove, the sound like a whisper in a library. It draws you closer, a gentle reminder of warmth and nourishment beckoning you to pause and savor the simple act of preparing tea. You stand by the sink, your hands submerged in warm, soapy water. The world outside is shrouded in the gentle silence of early morning. The water lulls you into a rhythm, each dish a vessel of experience, a story waiting to be unearthed. You reach for a plate, its surface familiar and worn, smooth from countless meals shared. Smooth. As you lift it, the water cascades down your forearms, a small cascade sparkling in the sunshine. Catching your eye for just a moment, you begin to wash, wiping the sponge across the surface with attention. Each stroke is deliberate, each bubble a reminder to stay present. There is an aliveness in the simple action. It's both mundane and profound. You notice the scent of the dish soap, a light, invigorating fragrance that dances in the air, mingling with the soft smell of coffee brewing in the background as you rinse the plate. The water runs clear, carrying away remnants of the past meal. With it, you let go of stray thoughts that drift across your mind like autumn leaves in the breeze, tasks yet undone, worries that linger like shadows at the edge of your consciousness. They don't need to be here now. This moment is for you. You reach for a fork next, its metallic coolness contrasting with the warmth of the water. It glimmers under the sunlight, a small artifact of the ordinary. You remember a conversation shared over a meal where laughter echoed like music, where stories flowed as easily as the wine. The fork cradled those moments, and now it is here, in your hands, waiting to be cleansed anew. The faucet gently trickles water, each drop a reminder to return to the here and now. As you scrub away the little bits of food, you begin to realize that with each stroke, you're not merely cleaning dishes, you're cleansing the mind too. Thoughts, like the uncooperative bits on the fork, can be stubborn and sticky, but you are patient. You allow them to drift, knowing that there is no need to cling to anything while rinsing. You feel the contrast between the hot water and the cool air that kisses your skin in invigorating dance of sensations. Your toes wiggle against the cool tiled floor, grounding you as you surrender to the rhythm of the moment, with every dish that finds its place in the drying rack. A small sense of satisfaction wells up within you. It's a quiet achievement, yet it carries a weight of mindfulness, weaving together the moments of being, of doing. You begin to notice the slight vibrations of the house waking up around you, the creak of floorboards as a loved one stirs, the rustle of leaves outside as a breeze whispers through the open window. Days don't always arrive as gently as this, yet in this moment, you feel the preciousness of stillness, the beauty hidden in repeated actions. Your hands rise from the water, glistening with suds, like the arrival of waves upon the shore. You turn to place a dish on the rack, catch sight of a small plant on the windowsill, its leaves stretching towards the sun. It roots you. This small witness to your actions, a testament to growth and resilience. You realize that, like the plant, you are nourished by these moments, even the seemingly uneventful ones. After a time, the sink is empty, filled only with the echoes of your thoughts and the warmth of your actions. You step back, surveying the clear counter, and offer a soft smile, a reflection of gratitude. There is a sense of space now, a clarity reminder that in this very ordinary act, light unfolds beautifully. You lean against the counter, soaking in the sounds around you, the distant hum of life starting anew outside, the soft vibrations of the house beating gently in rhythm with your own heart. You can hear the kettle's whistle coming to a crescendo, inviting you now to a moment of stillness, a new ritual. Sarah, the owner of the little wooden chair, will see you in a moment, but for now, you breathe in, breathe out, as you pour the tea. Steam wafts towards your face, filling the air with warmth and anticipation. The cup, cradled in your hands, is not just a vessel for tea. It's a vessel for presence, for awareness, for a love that transcends the act itself. Each sip is a communion with the moment, with the sun casting its light through the window, illuminating not just the space around you, but the space within as well. As the last notes of morning begin to awaken, you understand that this meditative practice is woven into the fabric of everyday moments. Each task, whether washing a dish or pouring a cup of tea, is a dance of presence. And in that presence, clinging and aversion fade, leaving only the essence of what it means to truly be alive. You are here, rooted in peace, feeling the stillness settle within your heart, carrying it forward into the day awaiting you. In the early morning, as soft beams of light spill through your window, take a moment to breathe deeply. Feel the gentle rise and fall of your chest, quiet yet profound, like the waves returning to shore. Allow yourself to settle into a comfortable space, feeling your body attuned to the present, where each breath anchors you in the here and now. As thoughts drift like clouds, invite them to pass, observing without judgment. This is your time, a gift of awareness, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary in a quaint kitchen. A humble wooden table stands steadfast, bearing witness to the quiet morning ritual of washing dishes. The sunlight enters through the window, dappling the surface with golden flecks, while the scent of freshly brewed coffee hovers in the air, rich and inviting. The world outside stirs, but here, in this intimate space, time slows, as though it has decided to linger just a little longer. You gather the plates and utensils, each one a vessel of yesterday's nourishment, remnants of laughter and connection, now awaiting their transformation. As you run warm water into the basin, listen to the gentle cascade, a soothing background to your thoughts. The water swells and churns, reminiscent of the ocean's embrace. And you are reminded of the ebb and flow of life itself. With each plate you lift, feel its weight in your hand, a reminder of the meals shared, the moments savored. Soapy suds begin to froth and foam, inviting you to immerse your hands in this delightful sensation. The warmth envelops your fingers, silky against your skin, and you surrender to the rhythm of the present. You scrub, rinse, and repeat, finding a quiet contentment in the cycle. Occasionally, your mind flits away, jumping to to-do lists or worries, but like a gentle breeze, you bring your attention back to the sensation of the dishcloth gliding across the porcelain, its texture a contrast to the smooth curve of a bowl. Breathe in deeply and let the soapy aroma wash over you. A blend of lemon and lavender, light and invigorating. The sound of water splashing dances around you, a melody of solitude that speaks of the unhurried morning. You pause for a moment and listen. There is a faint chirping from outside, birds greeting the dawn with their symphony, a reminder that life breathes all around you, vibrant and alive. Let that sound anchor you, attuning to its rhythm as your heart aligns with the world waking. Up with every plate that emerges from the suds, notice the transformation unfold before you. The first plate, mottled and stained, returns to its shining self, reflecting light like a beacon of clarity. This simple act echoes a deeper truth, the beauty of renewal, of letting go of what was to embrace the present moment. There is a stillness here that reaches beyond the dishwater, a quietude that fills your heart as you continue your task. Each cup, each fork, in its own way, tells a story. You think of the conversations held over coffee, the laughter shared over meals. Engage with these thoughts without clinging to them, merely letting them float in and out like leaves upon a stream. The past is behind you, its lessons cherished, its moments woven into the very fabric of who you are, as the final bowl sticks to your fingertips. The water cools slightly, and your hands take on the memory of heat and warmth. You rinse it and place it beside its fellows in the dish rack, a small tribe gathered together in unity. Look at them, each one distinct yet belonging to a greater whole. There's a lesson in this assembly, a reminder that we, too, are parts of a larger tapestry, woven together by moments of connection. Just as these dishes link your stories of yesterday, you take a step back, a soft smile unfurling on your lips. The kitchen sparkles, light dancing across the clean surfaces. The air is filled with the subtle hint of lavender from the dish soap, mingling with the earthy aroma of coffee that calls you to pause a little longer. Though the world outside beckons emails to answer errands to Rooney, remain anchored in this sanctuary of domestic bliss. Remember that all it takes is one breath, this one, to guide you back to this moment, whenever you feel adrift, as the last drops of water trickle from your hands. Allow your breath to mirror the rhythm of the water, in, holding softly at the peak, and out. Just as you release the water, release any tension lingering in your body, the tightness in your shoulders, perhaps. Let them drop, just like a pebble falling into a still pond, creating ripples that extend outward, touching all aspects of your life. The world beyond the kitchen seems quieter now, having called out the chaos only to reveal the serenity that resides within. Like the ocean, vast and boundless, your mind can return to this state of ease anytime. It's a sanctuary within you, waiting to be embraced as you finish this morning ritual. Take a deep breath and savor the stillness that envelops you. Each dish, each moment, holds the promise of presence, inviting you to return to this ocean of stillness whenever the tides of life sweep you away. Remember that within the rhythm of the mundane lies the extraordinary, waiting patiently to be discovered anew. Your heart beats in harmony with the world around you, a melody of belonging and peace, here and now. As you settle into this moment, take a deep breath. Inhale slowly, feeling the cool air fill your lungs, and as you exhale, let go of any lingering thoughts, any tension from the day. Allow your body to relax, your shoulders to drop as you become aware of the world around you. Picture yourself in a cozy space, perhaps by a window, where the soft sound of rain plays a gentle melody on the roof. Each drop is a note in a symphony that invites you to simply be here now. Embrace this space and the sensations it brings. As you prepare to journey through the richness of the present, it began as a typical afternoon, kind that often fades into forgettable mundanity. Clouds had gathered like a soft quilt overhead, shading the world in hues of gray, muting the colors of life outside. The air was heavy with the scent of impending rain, and you could feel a whisper of coolness creeping in through the open window. You find yourself in the kitchen, standing before the sink filled with yesterday's dishes, tarnished spoons, a chipped bowl, gleaming glasses reflecting the dim light. With each dish, there is a small mountain of memory, the shared laughter over dinner, the clinking of utensils, the warmth of companionship. The simple act of washing the dishes presents itself as an opportunity, a canvas for mindfulness. As you begin, you pick up the first plate. The surface is cool and smooth beneath your fingers. You feel the weight of its dishes, after all, are not just objects. They carry tokens of our lives. You place it under the warm stream of water, watching the droplets dance and join together, cascading in a rhythm both chaotic and soothing. The gentle splashes create a sound, harmonizing with the soft patter of rain against the windows. The world outside blurs, and the only reality is this moment, this plate, this water. You squeeze a dollop of dish soap into your palm, the fragrant bubbles billowing up like small clouds of possibility. The soap glides over the plate, creating a landscape of slippery foam, wreathed in the clean scent, allowing it to fill your senses. Each stroke of your sponge becomes a brush of attention, washing away the remnants of the past, shining a light on the present. Your thoughts flit away like autumn leaves caught in the wind here and there. but never lingering. You acknowledge them, then gently guide your focus back to the details before you. The warmth of the water envelops your hands, a calming embrace that washes over your skin. You can feel the difference between the warmth and the coolness around the room, comforting contrast that tethers you to this very moment. As the first plate becomes clean, you rinse it under clear running water, watching the suds dissolve into clarity. Each rinse is a transformation, an act of renewal. With a soft clink, you place it on the drying rack, each dish finding its place. 8. You pause for a moment, observing the small droplets of water clinging to the surface like tiny gems, reflecting the light. It strikes you how beauty can be found in the mundane, how, in each task, if unplugged from the rush of the world, there exists a small universe. You move to the next dish, a bowl with a delicate crack. It can hold stories, shared meals that have nourished you and those you love. You take a moment to appreciate how this bowl, imperfect as it may be, continues to serve its purpose in your life. It's a reminder that life, too, is full of imperfections, yet remains valuable. The rain intensifies, the sound swelling into a rich tapestry of rhythm. It calls you deeper into presence. You notice the coolness of the tile beneath your feet, the subtle shift of your weight, the sound of water swirling in the sink. Each sensation draws you further from the noise of to-do lists and unfinished thoughts here. Okay? There is only this. You pass your hands over the sponge as you delve deeper into the experience. Its texture is firm yet pliant as it yields to your touch. Notice how easily it absorbs water, carrying with it the remnants of yesterday's meals. You are reminded of the power of letting go, gently releasing what no longer serves you. With each stroke, you surrender the thoughts that bubble up, releasing them like the suds swirling down the drain. For a moment, you pause, looking outside through the window. You see the rain, a curtain of droplets blurring the world beyond. The trees bend gracefully under the weight of the rain, their leaves shimmering like emeralds in a soft dance. In this simple act of washing dishes, you are connected to the earth, the sky, the life pulsing all around. Every drop that falls is a reminder of life's constancy and change, beautiful, nourishing, ever-flowing. You resume, moving through the rhythm of dishwashing, scrub, rinse, stack. Each action, a repetitive dance. In this dance, there is unearthed joy. Time stretches and contracts. You lose yourself in the motion's hands in the warm water. Sounds of the rain drumming a soothing beat, your heart sinking with a gentle pulse of the world. The rhythm continues, and in this simple mindfulness, you uncover an insight. Each dish washed, each moment savored, becomes a sunbeam in the larger canvas of your day. You smile gently as you notice the subtle shift within. This may seem small, washing dishes in the presence of rain, yet in this act, there lies great presence. In a tapestry of connection, a thread that weaves you into the moments of life, bridging the ordinary with the extraordinary. As you finish the last dish placed carefully on the rack, take a moment to step back. Look around this simple kitchen, the droplets on the window, the colors muted by the rain. Here lies the essence of fullness. Here lies the strength of presence. And like rain gently falling, you too are a part of the symphony around you. In this moment, feel the quiet of the afternoon settle around you like a warm blanket, embracing you. The rain continues to fall, a steady reminder of life's refreshing possibilities. You take a deep breath, resting in this insight. Even in the simplest acts, we can find connection, beauty, and peace right here. As you move into the world, carry this moment within you, a soft reflection of presence, a whisper of the rain. Let it guide you as you step forward, knowing that each breath can bring you back to this quiet symphony whenever you need it. In this moment, Allow yourself to arrive fully. Take a deep breath in, feeling the air fill your lungs, and slowly exhale, letting go of any thoughts or worries that linger at the edge of your mind. Notice the gentle rhythm of your breath, the rise and fall of your chest. You are here, in this space, where time slows and the chaos of the day softens into possibility. Inhale the present, exhale the past and future. As we journey together, consider the simple acts of life, the ones we often overlook, and how they can guide us back to the essence of being God. It is late afternoon, and the sun drapes its golden light across the kitchen counter, illuminating the small, humble space where lives convene. This is where you find yourself, standing quietly at the sink, surrounded by a quiet symphony of running water and the soft clink of plates. Each dish speaks a silent story, a gathering of laughter over dinner, the clatter of forks and knives, the warmth of shared moments nestled within the very ceramic dot. Gently, you wrap your fingers around the first plate, a simple, white disc that has known the rhythm of many meals. You may notice the slight coolness of its surface, a contrast to the warmth emanating from the sun through the window. With a slow, deliberate motion, you begin to lather the sponge with soap, watching it become sudsy and rich. In this moment, let this action absorb your attention as you begin to scrub. The water cascades over the plate, and the rhythm of your movements becomes a soothing balm. You might hear the water gliding, its sound akin to whispers shared between old friends. With each pass of the sponge, notice the small bubbles forming and dancing, gliding towards the edge of the plate before plummeting into the depths below. They are ephemeral, much like thoughts present one moment, then gone the next. As you rinse the plate, feel the warmth of the water upon your hands. It envelops you like a gentle embrace, drawing you deeper into this moment of presence. At the sad warmth seeps into your skin, and it becomes a reminder that you are alive, fully here, anchored in this act of care, this simple ritual of washing away the remnants of yesterday's dot. With each plate you wash, feel not only the physical act, but the emotions that arise with it. Perhaps a memory pours forth, a meal shared with family, a quiet evening with a loved one, the laughter that filled the air as stories unfurled around the dining table. You are cleansing not just the dishes, but also the fragments of time, of connection, imagined conversations that echo like distant melodies. There is a fork in your hand now, its steel glinting softly in the golden light. You place it under the flow of water, letting it come alive again, returning to its essential self. It was once marred with crumbs and remnants that spoke of meals past. Now, as it is tenderly scrubbed, you find yourself reflecting on the transient nature of moments, how they shape our hearts and minds, and yet fade like evening shadows. You pause, the fork resting in your palm, dripping with droplets of water. What if you allowed this moment to expand, to stretch like the light around you? The kitchen, with its comforting sounds and scents, becomes a sanctuary, a place to unfold and breathe deeply. As you resume your task, notice how the act of washing transforms into a dance, each motion fluid, intentional, harmonizing with the gentle song of the water. And now, a cup, a vessel that once held fragrant tea, its rim still warm from the lingering embrace of your hands or those of a friend. You cradle it, feeling its weight, its presence grounding you. The familiar scent of soap wafts through the air, mingling with memories of warmth and connection. You think of the last gathering, the discussions shared, the silence savored between sips, an unspoken bond weaving together those seated around the table. As you scrub the cup, you reach a place of stillness, an awareness of the nature of presence. Each stroke holds a power, the potential to anchor you to this moment. As thoughts flit by like autumn leaves dancing in the wind, accept them without judgment. Gently allow them to drift like clouds across a placid sky, each thought appearing, then moving away, leaving the blue expanse of your mind unobstructed and clear. You have shifted from merely washing dishes to immersing in presence, becoming the witness to the sensations, the cool breeze from the open window, an echo of laughter from far away, the taste of the moment lingering like solitude, an invitation to mindfulness. As you place the last cup onto the drying rack, take a moment to step back. Breathe in the serenity of a completed task, the rich palette of life revealed in the simple act of washing dishes. Okay? The sun continues to cast its glow. The shadows elongate and settle softly against the wooden floor. In this quiet place, you might notice thoughts beginning to dance again. What needs to be done next? The worries that nudge at the corners of your mind. Acknowledge these without resistance. Like the water that flows, they too can surf on the surface of this moment, neither binding you nor sweeping you away. Standing here, with your hands still wet and the world quiet, there is grace in letting it be. The beauty of being at the sink, simplest act of caring for your home, reveals a deeper truth about connection and presence. It reminds you that each moment, no matter how small, holds the potential for awakening. As you turn away from the sink, leaving the dishes wrapped in their cascading droplets of water, you carry with you the essence of this momentary reminder that presence resides within the mundane, waiting to be noticed. Let it cradle you like the soft embrace of water on skin as you move forward into the rest of your day. Life, in all its layers, may whisper its wisdom when you pause to listen, to feel, to simply be. Here, in the stillness of everyday moments, peace unfolds effortlessly. In the quiet moments before the world awakes, as dawn tiptoes softly across the horizon, let us settle into the embrace of stillness. Feel the breath as it flows in and out, a gentle wave upon the shore of your being. Notice the sensations of your body, perhaps the weight of your hands resting, the softness of the fabric against your skin. Allow the mind to become aware of the present, like a leaf floating on the surface of a pond, effortless, surrendered. In this space, we will journey together, lulled by the rhythm of nature and the whispers of simple moments, beneath the sheltering embrace of a great maple tree. The rain begins to fall. At first, it is a timid patter, hesitant, as if unsure of its welcome among the vibrant green leaves. Yet, soon the rain gathers courage, transforming into a playful dance that dances down upon the world, kissing the earth with each drop. A woman named Leela sits on her porch, her favorite weathered chair cradling her as she witnesses this delicate symphony. The chair creaks under her slight weight, familiar sound that connects her with the years she has spent in this home. Each syllable of the creak, a sonnet of memory. She inhales deeply, the dampness of the air filling her lungs. The scent of wet earth rises, mingling with the sweet fragrance of blooming lilacs nearby. Leela closes her eyes, allowing herself to slip into the sensation of rain tapping against the roof above. The sound envelops her, a gentle heartbeat that resonates with the rhythm of her own. It is as if the world has slowed, the cacophony of life reduced to this singular, honest melody. She listens, no longer seeking to judge the rain by the lens of her plans for the day. Today, she commits to staying present with each drop. She feels the kiss of the water on her skin, an invitation to be open and vulnerable. She recalls the many layers of her life, the seasons of joy and sorrow, of love and loss. Each moment has shaped her, just like the rain, nourishing the roots of her being, allowing her to grow towards the light. There is no rush, no need for her mind to wander to unfinished tasks or lingering worries. In this moment, all there is rain and breath. The sky darkens, and lightning flickers in the distance, illuminating the trees in brief bursts. Lila doesn't shy away from this spectacle. Instead, she watches as nature's electrical dance illuminates the living canvas around her. Thunder rolls in a deep, resonant voice, reminding her of the power present in the universe and within herself. She feels small and yet infinitely connected, a single note in a vast, harmonious chord. Shifting her attention, she gazes down at her hands, fingers slightly wrinkled from years of gentle labor. She thinks of the meals prepared, the lives nurtured, and the loving touches shared. Each line on her palm is a reminder of the countless moments spent molding dough, planting seeds, and holding hands in comfort and care. In the quiet, she draws attention to the warmth in her heart, feeling gratitude swell gently within her. Like water lapping at the edges of a lake, the rain intensifies. Lila remains unfazed, cocooned in the warmth of her thoughts. She feels raindrops trickle down the bare skin of her arm, tiny, cool rivers flowing toward her wrist. The sensation reminds her of a time years ago when her children splashed joyfully in puddles, their laughter mingling with the rain. How their carefree play opened the doors of her heart. A soft smile blooms on her face as she remembers their muddy feet and grinning faces, the joy of presence radiating from their bright eyes. Each moment slips by like water flowing over stones, shaping the fleeting nature of time. She understands now, all of life is like this rain, beautifully unpredictable and rich with texture. As she listens to the soothing symphony, she feels new thoughts rise within her, not as distractions, but as threads of insight. They weave together memories, sensations, and awareness into a tapestry of understanding. Lila shifts her focus to the world around her. She opens her eyes just as a bird flits past, a light silhouette against the darkening backdrop. A flash of color darts into her line of vision as the rain stops momentarily. It is a finch, bright and joyful, as if undeterred by the weather. The bird lands nearby, preening itself in a downpour, shaking off droplets like tiny prisms, refracting light. Lila chuckles softly, appreciating the way life persists regardless of circumstances. How nature embraces both rain and sun without bias. She raises her face, almost as if she is to offer herself to the sky, feeling the final drips of rain cascade onto her skin. These remnants are gifts, remnants of a storm that has come and gone, leaving behind a world washed anew. The air is fresh, alive with the sense of awakening soil and blossoming flooring, an invigorating balm for her soul. It fills her up, encouraging her to become one with the surroundings, to merge with this living moment. Lila takes a breath and lets her shoulders drop, allowing the tension of yesterday to evaporate into the swaying branches above her. She notices the laughter of a child in the distance. The joy is palpable, reminding her of how essential play is to life. She is not merely a spectator in her life. She is a contributor to the joy and a vessel of love that echoes with every heartbeat. With each passing moment, the beauty of now becomes clearer, more vibrant. She leans back into her chair, feeling the sturdy arms cradle her gently. Time feels immaterial here. There is no clock ticking away her minutes. Instead, each moment unfurls like a leaf unfurling to greet the sun. She feels profound peace wrapping around her like a warm blanket on a chilly day. The world slows down, and she immerses herself in its embrace. Just then, the clouds part slightly, revealing a delicate shimmer of sunlight piercing through. It dances upon the grass, casting fleeting shadows that flit and twirl like memories. The light awakens the colors of the earth. The greens are more vibrant, the browns richer, and the air more fragrant with promise. The beauty of the moment unravels like a prayer improvised in silence, as if nature itself articulates what her heart has yearned to understand. As the rain begins to wane and the last drops settle into the ground, Lila feels a sense of closure. The storm has swept through her life for this fleeting moment, yet has left behind the clarity of presence. She realizes the power of slowing down, key of embracing each experience as it comes a lesson imparted by the very rhythm of nature. In this tranquil space, Leela also acknowledges that storms will come and go from her life, just as they do in nature. There will be times of joy and times of uncertainty, and that's perfectly okay. She understands that detachment from the past and future allows her to live fully in the now where joy resides. It's like the first blossom after the rain. As she rises, easing herself from the chair that has seen so many stories, she carries the essence of the moment with her. The sound of rain on leaves lingers in her mind, a melody she can summon at any time, a reminder to return to her breath, to feel her heart beat in unity with the life around her. In the stillness of a moment, in the dance of rain and the song of the heart, lies the richness of existence. Every drop teaches us, every sound invites us to listen. The world is alive, and so are we, vulnerable, beautiful, interconnected. As you move forward, carry the essence of this moment with you, a gentle reminder to breathe and to be present, leaving behind the echoes of a world that is always rushing, and instead finding peace in the simple orchestration of now. In the soft embrace of the present moment, allow yourself to feel the gentle pull of life as you settle into the rhythm of your breath. Okay? Feel the air as it fills your lungs, a quiet tide that washes over you, carrying with it the sense of your surroundings, the faint trace of morning coffee, perhaps, or the crisp whisper of leaves brushing against one another. With each inhale, invite stillness to seep into your being, and with each exhale, let go of the thoughts that flutter like moths around a flickering flame. You are here now, amidst the ordinary magic that surrounds us. The kitchen was a sanctuary of light filtered through sheer curtains that danced softly in the morning breeze. Sunbeams poured through like liquid gold, casting gentle patterns across the countertop where remnants of yesterday's meals rested, a silent testament to sustenance shared. The bowls and plates lay in a gentle disarray, flecks of rice and bits of leafy greens still clinging to their surfaces, memories of laughter and conversation woven into their very being. You stood before the sink, a vessel of calm amidst the cluster of forgotten tasks. The water splashed, warm and inviting, as you twisted the faucet, listening to the calming gurgle as the stream emerged, cascading down like a gentle waterfall into the basin below. Each droplet, a moment in time, sparkled with clarity and purpose. As your hand slipped into the warm water, you felt its embrace, a soft caress that enveloped your fingers, drawing you deeper into the serene moment. The sensation was soothing, as if the worries of yesterday and the uncertainties of tomorrow faded into the rhythm of the now. The weight of the world rested lightly on your shoulders, dissolving with each scrub and rinse, like sandcastle towers collapsing softly into the incoming tide. Picking up the first plate, you took a deep breath, allowing your presence to fill the space around you. The porcelain felt cool against your skin, and as the soapy cloth glided across its surface, you could almost hear a quiet sigh of relief, the plate surrendering itself to your gentle attention. Each stroke became a meditation, a quiet conversation held in the silence between you and the dish. The kitchen was alive with sounds, the quiet splashing of water, the distant chirping of birds, the soft rustle of the wind as it played with the leaves outside. You closed your eyes for a moment, simply allowing the symphony of the world to reach your ears, letting it carry you further into presence. Here, you are not just washing dishes. You are part of a greater ebb and flow, an inherent dance of daily existence, where each task, no matter how mundane, held the potential for beauty. You rinsed the plate, watching as the water cascaded over it in silvery ribbons, catching the sunlight's glimmer. It was mesmerizing, and you could feel the warmth of connection between your heart and this moment. Fleeting acknowledgement that even this small act was imbued with grace. You marveled not only at the dish now sparkling like a slate awaiting a new story, but at the freshness enveloping your spirit. A gentle reminder that in each moment lies the possibility of renewal. With each item you wash the forks, the cups, the aging cutting board thoughts may have flitted through your mind like leaves swirling in the autumn air. In those moments, you noticed how easily the mind collects remnants of the past or unfurls into plans for the next days, but you did not cling to them. Instead, you acknowledged their presence, letting them drift just as clouds shift across a tranquil sky by focusing on the rhythmic sensations, the soap suds frothing like tiny clouds in your warm embrace, the sound of water swirling down the drain, the fragrant whispers of lemon and lavender mixing in the air. You deepened your experience. The texture of the cloth, once a simple utility, became a connection to all the moments that led you here, to this very basin of warm water and peaceful reflection. A sudden pang of awareness graced your mind. This act, so simple and often overlooked, held the essence of life itself. The dishes, just as the memories and emotions we carry, required both care and attention. To wash was to honor the shared meals, the moments of connection and love poured into cooking, the sustenance that nourished not just bodies, but hearts. You set down the knuckling plate and leaned your arms against the edge of the sink, letting the spent water swirl away, a small cyclone disappearing into the drain, merging with the world beyond. You could feel the release, a lightness washing over you as the busy thoughts began to untangle like threads freed from a tightly woven tapestry. As you reached for the next cup, you caught your breath, sensing a quickening heartbeat beneath your chest. It was exhilarating and grounding all at once. You lifted the cup to your lips, scent of still warm coffee lingering in the Irit's invitation, wrapped in the promise of connection. The sun poured in, illuminating not just the cup, but your very essence. You felt an alignment between the wider world and the intimate landscape of your heart. Here, you whispered to yourself, this is home. And in that small truth, there was peace. As the wash progressed, you found a rhythm, a gentle dance that rooted you further into the soil of the present moment. You became an artist, the dishes your canvas, each touch a brushstroke of care, and with each passing moment, you experienced the unadorned reality of your life, unmarred by the weight of guilt or anticipation. Just the sacredness of being human, alive and awake, in the tender embrace of the here and now. As you rinsed the last cup and placed it alongside its clean companions, a soft sigh escaped your lips. This was not merely a chore completed. It was an acknowledgement of gratitude for the food that fed your body, the heart that loved the cooking, and the moments spent woven in laughter, chaos, and quiet companionship. You turned off the tap. The water's protest ceased, replaced by the gentle lull of a home settling into the afternoon. As you reached for a towel, a thought bubbled softly within, a reassurance born of simple awareness. Life, with all its beautiful complexities, is composed of these small moments, the moments when you can choose to be present, to feel, to connect, all wrapped in a common thread of daily existence. As you step back from the sink, it's a kitchen, now a reflection of your inner quietude. Remember how the act of washing dishes today was not just a task, but an opportunity reminder that life unfolds in the simplest of moments, waiting patiently to be seen, felt, and cherished. Let your heart carry this stillness with you, a gentle whisper to return to whenever the world grows loud. In the embrace of the ordinary, may you always find the extraordinary. In the gentle embrace of this moment, let us find stillness together. Close your eyes if you like, and take a deep breath, okay? Inhale slowly, feeling the coolness of the air fill your lungs. And then exhale softly, releasing any tension that you may have unknowingly gathered. Allow yourself to arrive fully right here, right now, as the world outside fades into a distant hum. Imagine the sensations of your body grounding you to this very spot, your feet resting on the earth, your heart beating steadily within you. Let each beat remind you of your connection to this very moment, where every breath becomes a leaf floating on a river, gently carried along, never rushing, never grasping. Just be, and let us begin our story in the heart of a quiet kitchen. Sunlight streams through the window, casting warm patterns on the floor like an artist playing with golden paint. In the sink, a small pile of dishes rests, waiting patiently, each plate and cup whispering tales of meals shared, laughter echoing around the table. The air is tinged with scents of rosemary and garlic, remnants of a love-infused dinner that had taken place just hours ago, nourishing not only bodies but spirits as well. As you step closer to the sink, you feel the coolness of the ceramic tile beneath your feet, grounding you further into this space. You roll up your sleeves, feeling the soft cotton against your skin, a gentle invitation to engage with the task at hand. Water begins to flow, a gentle, rhythmic cascade that sings as it meets the metal basin, the sound resonating in harmony with your heartbeat. With each dish you lift, you become aware of its unique texture, the smoothness of the plates, the rough edges of the cast iron skillet, the delicate glass of the wine glasses. You immerse them in the warm, soapy water, the bubbles rising like tiny stars, glistening in the light. Here you are, connected to the mundane yet extraordinary act of washing dishes. Each movement a dance in the symphony of life. As you scrub the first plate, the sponge glides across its surface with a soft, smoothing motion back and forth, as if you were tracing the contours of a beloved memory. You become aware of the sounds around you, the soft gurgle of water draining, the distant chirping of birds outside, a reminder that the world continues to turn. Even as you remain in this intimate moment, thoughts may come drifting in like clouds, bringing with them remnants of the day, the tasks left undone, conversations you had, the worries that sometimes speak too loudly. Acknowledge them, but allow them to drift by, not clinging or pushing away. Instead, focus on the sensation of the sponge working against the plate, soothing rhythm bringing you back to the present as you rinse each dish under the flow of fresh water. Notice the way it cascades elegantly around the curves, the droplets spilling like tiny jewels that shimmer before falling into the basin below. Feel the warmth of the water and the coolness as it runs over your fingers, energizing you, waking you to the sensation of being alive. Let this feeling wash over you, an embodiment of life. It's present and immediate. Placing the clean dishes on the drying rack, you take a moment to simply observe. The light highlights every curve, every shadow, and every shifting gallery of everyday beauty. Each dish has a story, a cherished moment embedded in the fabric of your life. There is a profound gratitude blooming within you, a recognition of the simple joys. You're reminded of the power in each tiny act, a connectedness threading through the fabric of daily existence. You feel your breath settle, hailing the warm, soapy scent mixed with the soft aroma of the rosemary that still clings to your fingers. With each exhale, release the weight of being elsewhere. Here, in this gentle sanctuary of the kitchen, it is enough just to be present. The world outside may revolve in chaos, but here you find peace. As the last dish dries, you look around the kitchen, each corner illuminated by the golden light of the setting sun. Everything feels alive, the wooden cutting board imbued with stories of meals past, the potted herbs leaning slightly toward the window, reaching for the light. Just as you reach for calm within, the kitchen is a vessel of memories, and you reside within it, a caretaker of both space and story. With a final glance at the shining dishes, you take a moment to reflect, seeking the stillness that exists even amidst the gentle clatter of daily life. The world is vast and complex, yet in this moment, you find clarity, a perfect fractal where simplicity and depth reside. The small responsibility of washing dishes becomes a reminder of the inherent beauty of being present, of seesawing between the rhythm of tasks and the stillness of awareness. As you step away from the sink, letting the water trickle away, you carry with you the essence of stillness, a subtle glow that resides in your heart. With each action you take, may you remember the soothing presence of mindfulness, an echo of peace you can return to. Again, whenever life calls for your attention, returning to this moment, let the warmth of your experience settle within you like soft rays of sunlight at day's end. Know that within the fabric of daily life lies a sanctuary of stillness and clarity, waiting patiently to be embraced. As you gently open your eyes, carry this feeling of peace with you, grounded in the present, open to whatever unfolds next. Just as each dish reflects the light in the room, so too does your presence reflect the beauty of this momentary journey. And in this reflection, may you always find your way back home. In this moment, we find ourselves surrounded by the gentle whispers of the world. As you settle into this space, invite your breath to come softly, like the rise and fall of a wave on a quiet shore. Breathe in deeply, and as you exhale, notice any thoughts or worries drifting away, like leaves carried downstream. Here, in this precious now, everything is as it should be. Let us step into a story where the ordinary becomes extraordinary, where the simple act of being presents its own quiet beauty. Imagine a sunny afternoon, the kind that wraps the world in a glimmering embrace. The kitchen hums softly, a sanctuary of warmth and light. Toned beams streaked through the window, illuminating. Dust motes dancing in the air, a reminder of life's tender impermanence. A large inviting sink filled with dishes rests before you, glasses waiting to release their evening's laughter. Silverware echoing stories shared over meals, plates that have borne both sustenance and solace. Seizing a soft sponge, you dip it into the warm, fragrant water, a solution of soap and comfort. The water envelops your hand, a welcome warmth that draws your focus inward. Feel the texture of the sponge against your fingertips as you lift it, the gentle squish and release, like breathing in and out. With each motion, let your thoughts streamline to the rhythm of your breath. Allow the outside world to fade as you immerse yourself in the simple act of cleansing. You begin with a glass, its curves glimmering, catching the light like a dewdrop. As you hold it, notice its coolness, a contrast to the warmth cascading through the soap and water. The first stroke of the sponge across its surface is slow, deliberate, a glide of intention that marries the mundane with the sacred. Squeak. The sound is bright and lively, filling the kitchen with an echo of playfulness. This glass, once heavy, with the remnants of juice and laughter, now begins its journey back to clarity as your movements dance rhythmically. Allow the sensations to envelop you, the soft touch of the sponge, the spiral of bubbles forming as your hand moves. Feel the water's gentle resistance as it swells, its slickness gliding through your fingers. Inhale the scent of the soap, blend of freshness and cleanliness, fragrant reminder of renewal. With each dish you wash, a new layer of awareness unfolds. Your thoughts may wander to distant tasks, future meetings, moments of worry, but, like clouds shifting across the sky, acknowledge their presence without judgment. Let them drift by. You are here, enveloped in this sacred routine, where simplicity invites depth as you rinse the sponge under the cool, running water. Watch how the bubbles cascade down, like little pearls of wisdom drifting away, releasing the past. The sound of water gurgling into the drain is soothing, a reminder of life's continuous flow. Each dish emerges glistening, a testament to care and attention. You turn to a plate, its edges soft and warm, footprints of last night's dinner still visible in its ceramic skin. As you rub the sponge over the plate, you contemplate the layers of its existence, the earth that birthed its clay, the potter's hands that shaped it, the meals shared, the love infused. Here, in this moment, the plate becomes more than a vessel. It transforms into a symbol of connection, community, and shared experience. The soap bubbles rise higher now, dancing, swirling. You chase them with your sponge, giggling lightly at the playfulness of it all. The act of washing dishes becomes a celebration of presence, a devotion to the here and now, a little joy nestled in the everyday. Breathe in this moment deeply, allowing it to settle within you like a soft embrace as the warmth of the sun outside begins to wane. Shadows stretch delicately across your kitchen, a tapestry of light and dark. Allow the space to fill not only with dishes, but with reflections, sense of gratitude rising like steam from the sink. Each plate, each mug, each fork cleansed is a moment savored, a heartbeat acknowledged. You begin to find a rhythm, a tranquil harmony between the sponge in your hand and the task unfolding before you. It is here that you discover the art of letting go of the frenzied thoughts, the impatience, even the judgments we place upon ourselves. With every item scrubbed, there is an unspoken understanding. Inviting you to be fully enveloped in this gentle dance of duty and grace. Your heart swells with tenderness for the simple beauty of life, the connectedness of hands in water, a mind that learns to still, and a soul that embraces the ordinary. You rinse the final dish, feeling the cool water cascade over your fingers once again. In this moment, consider all that has come before. The family meals that filled the room with laughter, the quiet evenings shared in solitude, and the heartaches that, like dishes, required cleaning and nurturing as the last plate glistens on the drying rack. A serene stillness cloaks the room. You take a final deep breath, feeling the weight of the world lift ever so slightly, the realization that presence is always available to you if you simply lean into it. The gentle acknowledgement arises in your awareness. The beauty does not lie solely in the completed task or the sparkling dishes, but in the journey that carries each moment. You still, for a moment, wiping your hands on a soft cloth. The lingering fragrance of soap fills the air. In the kitchen, now a canvas of serenity, holds space for reflection. Look around. Notice the gleaming dishes, the sun setting softly outside the window, the quiet hum of life continuing beyond these walls. Each moment a part of the whole, each breath a thread weaving the tapestry of being done as you step away from the sink. Carry with you the stillness that washing the dishes offered. In the grand play of life, may you remember that every task holds the potential for mindfulness, every moment an invitation to simply be. Breathe deeply, feeling the quiet pulse of the world surrounding you, and allow the echoes of this experience to remind you that within the ordinary lies extraordinary peace. Cast, the sun dips below the horizon. May you find your way back to this space of presence, time and time again. As you settle into this moment, take a deep breath. Allow the air to fill your lungs, and as you exhale slowly, let the weight of the day drift away. Feel the gentle rhythm of your breath, the soft rise and fall of your chest. Notice the sensations that greet you in this space, perhaps the texture of your clothing, the temperature of the air, or the quiet hum of the world around you. Here, in this sacred pause, you are invited to be fully present. Let your mind soften like a summer cloud, and as you do, open yourself to the unfolding journey that lies ahead. Imagine yourself in a cozy kitchen, sunlight spilling through the window like warm honey, filling the space with a soft, golden glow. The air carries the faint scent of lavender from a small vase on the windowsill. Mingling with the perfume of freshly brewed coffee, you stand before the sink, surrounded by a quiet clutter of dishes from the night before: plates, cups, a silver spoon, and a pot. All reminders of moments shared and meals enjoyed. As you turn on the faucet, the water cascades forth, a gentle stream that taps a soothing lullaby against ceramic and glass. You dip your hands into the warmth, feeling the comforting heat wrap around your fingers, a simple pleasure. The coolness of a soon-to-be clean plate brushes against your palm, contrasting against the enveloping warmth with the sponge in hand. Your fingers wring out the excess water, each movement deliberate and reverent. As you begin to scrub, the soft sound of the sponge gliding across the surface fills the air. It is a tender sound, rhythmic, like a heartbeat, a reminder of life's beautiful continuity. Each stroke becomes a meditation, each soft bubble that bursts, releasing a tiny note of joy, skating into the stillness, while the world beyond the window continues its dance, birds chirping, leaves rustling, distant laughter inside your kitchen. Time feels suspended. Your thoughts may drift, a curious tornado of memories and to-do lists bubbling to the surface, acknowledging their presence like clouds passing in the sky. You let them drift on by, returning your attention to the plate in your hands. As you scrub, the plate transforms beneath your touch. It becomes not just an object, but an embodiment of care, a vessel of nourishment. You pause for a moment to breathe, the warmth from the water wrapping around your hands like a soft embrace. There is something peaceful in the act of cleaning, a reminder that with each dish, you are also cleaning your mind, clearing space for presence. The soft clang of a spoon hitting the sink snaps your attention back to the moment. You notice the small gaps in the rhythm of your breath, the natural pauses, the stillness between your exhalations. In these fleeting moments, you find a sense of connection to the world. The sound of the dripping water becomes a symphony of presence, a song without words that speaks only of now. As you lift the plate to rinse it, the cool water tumbles down your skin, and for an instant, you're washed anew, the mundane transformed into the sacred. You allow yourself to feel the sensation, the surprise of contrasting temperatures, and the way each droplet slides slowly, gently, away from your fingertips. In this moment, there is nothing but you, the water, and the plate, as everything else fades to a quiet whisper. You begin to stack the dishes on the drying rack, each one finding its place. In this act of arranging, there is a rhythm quickening and slowing, a dance of intention. You smile softly, recognizing that it is not merely the dishes you are placing. It is a small reminder of the beauty of order, the beauty of taking care of what you love. Each dish tells a story, encapsulating moments of laughter, comfort, and connection. As you look around the kitchen, the sunlight has shifted, casting long, gentle shadows that flicker like memory. You see a small spot of dust floating in the beam of light, a tiny traveler in the vastness of the room, drifting effortlessly as if it knows no haste. You feel a connection to that dust? Like it, you too are part of this infinite world, drifting through moments, absorbing experiences, surrendering to the tides of life. With each passing moment, an overwhelming sense of gratitude swells within you, a soft heartbeat of acknowledgement for the simple acts of life. You feel the weight of your shoulders release, the edges of your mind soften, and you breathe in deeper, forging a bond with the present moment, the only moment that truly exists. In this kitchen, you may realize a greater lesson. There is beauty in everyday encounters, an invitation to embrace the ordinary as extraordinary. The steady rhythm of washing dishes is a reminder that nurturing ourselves and our surroundings can lead us to a softer understanding, a quieter presence. You can let go of expectations, releasing the need for perfection, choosing instead to embrace the beauty of imperfection. As you finish, your gaze lingers over the now sparkling dishes, reflecting the sunlight like tiny mirrors, each one a testament to presence and awareness. You notice how the steam rises from the water, slowly dissipating into the air. As if embodying a fleeting thought, gently reminding you that everything is in a constant state of flow, you step back from the sink, feeling the energy of the room shift. The clatter of your morning rhythm gives way to a profound serenity. In this kitchen, you have not merely washed dishes. You have cultivated a moment of mindfulness, where the ordinary becomes extraordinary and stillness becomes a way of being taught. As you take one last lingering breath, allowing the tranquility to settle within you, gently remind yourself that even here, in the simplicity of washing dishes, there lies a deep well of insight. You are exactly where you need to be in the fullness of this moment, with a heart open to the beauty of the everyday. Carry this stillness with you, a light that you can return to at any time, anchoring you in the calming waters of presence. In the gentle embrace of the moment, take a breath. Feel the rhythm of your inhale as it fills your lungs, and the softness of your exhale as it releases into the world. Let go of the tasks waiting patiently in the wings of your mind. For now, there is just this, the here and now. As we settle into this shared space, allow your thoughts to drift like leaves on a stream, floating gently away, leaving only the essence of being alive, aware, and present. There is a small kitchen, brightened by morning light streaming through the window, casting playful shadows that dance across the countertops. The scent of freshly brewed coffee fills the air, mingling with the soft, comforting warmth of the day ahead. It is here, in this tender cocoon of domesticity, that our story unfolds. Meet Anna, standing at the sink, her hands submerged in a basin of warm, soapy water. The dishes, neatly stacked in a haphazard pile, glistened with remnants of yesterday's meals. She takes a breath, feeling the warmth cradle her hands, a soothing embrace after a long night's rest. The world outside hums with distant sounds, the faint chirping of birds, the soft whoosh of a car passing by, and the gentle rustle of leaves conversing with the morning breeze as she lifts the first dish. A simple white plate, she observes the way the light caresses its surface. It's a canvas of unapologetic imperfection, the signs of meals shared, laughter echoing around the table. She feels a surge of gratitude wash over her, a silent acknowledgement of the moments infused within this mundane object. Care in the stillness, she honors the life that has unfolded within these ceramic walls. The water swirls around her fingers, the bubbles rising and bursting like tiny, joyful moments released into the air. She begins to wash, and a simple act transforms into a symphony of sensations. The warmth of the water, the slip of the suds against the plate, the delicate sound of porcelain meeting itself breaks the silence, creating a gentle rhythm that begins to echo within her. Each stroke of the sponge becomes a brush against her mind, each circular motion a way to wash away not just the remnants of meals, but the clutter of worries, doubts, and the ever-looming tasks that wait hungrily for her attention. She allows her thoughts to drift, unanchored, observing them as they arise, noticing without judgment. There is no need for rush. The world outside continues its own dance, but she is here, fully engaged with the task at hand. As she rinses the plate, she watches the water cascade down its surface, glistening droplets forming a gentle stream that weaves its way into the basin. The sound of water splashing is a melody, a memory of time spent, laughter, shared a harmonious chorus of life. She pauses for a moment, allowing herself to be fully present with this simple act, noticing how it feels, the coolness of the water against her warm skin, the way the bubbles tickle her fingertips. With each dish, Anna descends deeper into this meditative state. Her mind, a canvas open to the colors of her thoughts and feelings. A fork, a glass, a petal echo tales of sustenance, of family meals where love was served and joy seasoned into every bite. She recalls the laughter of her children as they fought over the last piece of pie in the ritual of Sunday dinners with friends. The kitchen, her sanctuary, holds these stories, lovingly etched into every surface. Time loses its rigid hold as she tilts her head and listens to the surrounding silence that holds an undertone of life. The hum of the refrigerator, the distant laughter from outside, the delicate sound of her own breath merging with the rhythm of the water. In this moment, Anna realizes the beauty of connection lies in the ordinary, this symbiotic exchange between herself and the world around her. Her movements become slower, each action deliberate, almost sacred. The sponge glides along the bottom of the pot, scrubbing away the remnants of a hearty stew, while the scents of garlic and herbs linger faintly in her memory. Memories rise like steam from the pot, warm and nourishing. She smiles softly, allowing the memory of the meal to envelop her like a warm blanket. She allows her thoughts to return to the present, focusing on the physical sensation of the dish in her hands, the soothing warmth of the water, the rhythmic flow of her breath. This moment, this kitchen, becomes an anchor, a reminder that life consists of these small, sacred acts that may appear mundane, yet hum with the vibrancy of existence. As the last dish is washed, she places it gently in the drying rack, looking at the warm sunlight now falling across the kitchen table, illuminating the space with golden hues. A moment of stillness stretches before her, a space filled with appreciation. The dishes are clean, yes, but more than that, it is as if a weight has lifted. A sense of clarity blooms within her that had been clouded by the noise of tasks and responsibilities. Anna stands still for just a heartbeat longer, grounding herself in this moment of tranquility. The world outside carries on, oblivious to the small transformation taking place within her. In the embrace of stillness, she realizes that each moment carries its own weight and beauty, and that to pause, to truly care for oneself in these pockets of everyday life is to honor a deeper truth. With the final breath, she turns away from the sink, wiping her hands on a kitchen towel, her heart calm and her spirit light. The kitchen, a mosaic of sights, sounds, and memories, whispers to her a gentle reminder to find the extraordinary within the ordinary. To cultivate mindfulness, not just in moments like these, but in all the spaces life offers her as she plants her feet on the cool tiles of the kitchen floor. The world begins to re-emerge. It carries with her the stillness of that moment, a treasure tucked away in her heart. Life will continue its ebb and flow. Tasks will await her, but she takes with her the understanding that even in the busiest of days, a sense of peace can be found in the simplest of acts. Just as the dishes were washed and dried, so too can her mind be cleansed of distractions, allowing clarity and appreciation to reign. In the end, she knows that each moment is an invitation to pause, to breathe, and to be fully alive, right here, right now. As you settle into this moment, take a deep breath in, filling your lungs with the air that surrounds you, and exhale gently, releasing any thoughts or tensions that may precede this time of stillness. Allow your awareness to soften, as if you are stepping into a quiet, sunlit room. You are here, now. The world outside can be left at the door as you become aware of your body in space, seated or supported by the earth beneath you. Notice how the air feels against your skin, the rhythm of your heartbeat, and the settling of your mind. With each breath, relax into the embrace of the present moment. In a small kitchen, modest and warm, a single light bulb hangs low, casting a soft, golden glow over the worn wooden countertop. The dishes are stacked beside the sink, remnants of a meal shared. A gentle hum of the refrigerator, like a lullaby, fills the air, and a quietness descends. This is where Eleanor finds herself, blessed with the hour of solitude and invitation. to mindfulness wrapped in the simplicity of washing dishes. She rolls her sleeves up, the fabric brushing against her forearms as she turns on the tap. Water tumbles forth, a cool cascade that dances against the porcelain white of the sink. As the water flows, it carves out a space, and Eleanor takes a moment to relish this sound, the gentle patter of droplets, a promise of renewal. With each rise and fall of the liquid, she feels a pulse, a heartbeat in rhythm with her own. Eleanor reaches for a plate, surface still glistening with traces of the last meal of vibrant herbal pasta adorned with sun-kissed tomatoes. She picks it up, feeling its weight in her palm, cool and solid. She runs her fingers over the rim, sensing the smoothness, the craftsmanship embedded within its form. The water spills and catches the light as it flows, the droplets hanging, suspended like tiny jewels. This moment, she thinks, is just as it is. And with an exhale, she immerses the plate into the bowl of warm, soapy water. The bubbles rise up, soft and playful, inviting her to linger a while. As she scrubs with delicate swirls of her sponge, as she notices the scent of lemon and cedar mix in the air, a gentle reminder of home, of warmth and care. With every circular motion, she notices the resistance of the grime slipping away, much like thoughts that tend to clutter the mind. She allows herself to be present, fully immersed in the rhythm of the task. The world outside fades away. It is just her, the water, the dish, and the moment that stretches like an unbroken string. The gentle splash of water, the softness of the sponge against the ceramic becomes the music of her solitude, grounding her. She pauses to feel the warmth of the water, the softness of the foam caressing her skin. Each sound, each sensation unfolds delicately, inviting her deeper into the experience. As she moves to the next plate, a slight drizzle of suds drips into the sink, a small, joyful arc that vanishes almost instantly. In that moment, Eleanor realizes how often we rush through tasks, anticipating completion rather than fully engaging with the now. But here, washing this plate, she discovers that each moment can be a sacred experience. Each dish is a new opportunity for presence. And then, quite unexpectedly, she hears a faint chirping from outside. The sun is beginning to set, a soft, warm light filtering through the window. She glances briefly to catch a glimpse of the robins, gathering on the fence, serenading one another with sweet, lilting melodies. The world sings softly, and she returns her attention to the plate, her heart swelling with gratitude. As the rhythm deepens, Eleanor begins to notice thoughts that arise, thoughts of her day, her worries, her hopes. They come and go like clouds, passing across the sky. And without judgment, she lets them float by, observing the fleeting nature of each one. There is power in this space, in acknowledging them and allowing them to drift. Another plate, another moment. The weight shifts in her hand, the texture changes under her fingers, and yet the practice remains the same. Breathe in, breathe out. Each stroke of the sponge is an invitation to be gentle with herself, to turn towards what is right in front of her, to embrace the present with kindness. She smiles softly, feeling the warmth of the suds. It is a reminder that simplicity can weave deep contentment. A little time passes, her breath settling into a calm rhythm, and she finds herself smiling gently at the beauty in these ordinary moments that often slip through the cracks of a busy life. Soon, she moves to rinse, the sound of the clean water echoing like a soft murmur around her. And in this act, she prepares to let go of the remnants that no longer serve her. The dishes now gleam beneath the bright light, each one a testament to a moment witnessed, every surface a canvas washed clean. With each towel dry, she acknowledges the way the softness absorbs the lingering droplets, the satisfaction of completion gently curling through her. Stepping back, she observes the glistening array now resting on the countertop, a quiet emblem of her presence. Eleanor takes a cleansing breath, the air filling her lungs with a mix of warmth and clarity. She notices how this simple act has brought her a sense of serenity, stillness, and a connection to everything that flows in and out of her life. In this hour of stillness, she recognizes how habitual it is to seek peace beyond the everyday chase leading to time lost in worries or the plans we hold for tomorrow. Yet, here she stands at the sink, where the water carries both the burdens and blessings of her day, presenting an uncomplicated choice to be here. Now, as she turns off the tap and wipes her hands on a towel, Eleanor glances back at the still water pooling in the sink mirror, reflecting not just the light, but the essence of the moment. The dishes are done, but the mindfulness remains. Then these small, simple actions, she has touched the heart of being alive. And so, she steps away from the kitchen, carrying with her the quiet truth that stillness can be found anywhere, if only we choose to linger a little longer, to wash our days in presence and awareness. Close your eyes for a moment and take a gentle breath in. Allow the air to fill your lungs, noticing the coolness as it enters, the warmth as it leaves. Feel the weight of your body in contact with the ground, anchoring you to this very moment. This is your time, a space carved out just for you to explore the simplicity of being. With each slow breath, let go of any lingering thoughts and worries, like leaves floating down a gentle stream. In this calm, let yourself be present, ready to journey into the ordinary miracles of life, on a morning kissed by silver clouds. The sky releases its whispers in the form of soft rain. Each drop begins as a silent promise, a brief pause in the sky before it surrenders to gravity and begins its descent. Among these tiny travelers, one raindrop, spherical and glistening, begins its journey from the edge of a cloud. It tumbles through the air, unhurried but purposeful, feeling the coolness of the atmosphere around it. As it falls, it observes the world beneath, leaves resplendent with the shimmering jewels of its fellow droplets, rooftops gleaming in muted shades of gray, feels the texture of the clouds from which it came, the softness reflecting its own transient essence. As it spirals downward, the raindrop catches glimpses of the earth awakening from its slumber. The subtle scents of damp earth rise to meet it, a rich, verdant fragrance, tinged with a hint of sweetness, as if the land has been waiting just for this moment. As it approaches the ground, it senses a symphony of sounds, the gentle patter of other raindrops landing, the rustle of leaves swaying in the wind, and somewhere in the distance, the rhythmic pulse of thunder. Then, with a gentle splash, the raindrop finds its home nestled upon the surface of a wide green leaf. Instantly, it feels the warmth of the sun break through the clouds, wrapping it in a soft embrace as it rests upon the emerald surface. Here, time elongates, and the raindrop takes a moment to simply exist. The leaf cradles the droplet, their shapes dancing together in harmony, creating ripples that radiate outwards. Within this serene, tender moment, the raindrop becomes aware not of the weight of its journey, but of the buoyancy of being. It understands, deep within, that it is not lost. It is a part of something much greater, the cycle of water, the nourishing rhythm of life. The gentle breeze wanders lazily, coaxing the raindrop to nestle deeper into the leaf's embrace. It can feel the pulse of the leaf beneath it, a slow, deliberate heartbeat that resonates with the quietude of the universe. And as it sinks in, the raindrop embraces the stillness, aware that it is a moment that will never come again. As the hours pass, the soft rain transforms into a light drizzle, and the drop notices another drop nearby, shaking off the slumber of awareness as it momentarily pulls and sways in unison. The raindrop finds joy in this newfound companionship, reveling in the simplicity of connection. An unspoken understanding flows between them, a celebration of their shared experience. Here, the raindrop allows thoughts and feelings to rise and fall like the rhythm of the rain itself. It watches them come and go, like clouds shifting in the sky. Fears, excitement, anticipation, all mere phrases in the fabric of being, and it welcomes each one without judgment. The raindrop realizes that even amidst uncertainty, there exists a profound clarity and acceptance, a recognition of the beauty in simply being with each moment that passes. The leaf invites the warmth of the sun to nourish the raindrop, to transform it and carry it to new places. It feels the energy coursing through the leaf, binding them together in life's intricate web. The sun, bright and compelling, shines down, and the raindrop begins to warm, acknowledging its journey is far from over. The sun's energy inches closer and closer, coaxing the raindrop into accepting its next transformation. As the warmth penetrates deeper, a feeling of lightness fills the drop. It knows it is ready for the next step. The key, it will leave this leaf, becoming part of the air. A steam that will rise, a wispy spirit visiting the sky again, still part of its cycle, a vital piece of consciousness within a grand design. And as the raindrop finally, eventually, surrenders to the warmth, it dissolves into a gentle mist, transcending the boundaries of itself. It glides up towards the embrace of the open sky, joining others in a soft ballet of movement, swirling within the vastness as time dances by. Each droplet finds itself at a crossroads, navigating the world while sharing a brief moment of connection with others, each mindfully attuned to the present. There is laughter amid the fog, playfulness in the vapor, celebration in the flight that follows, elevated high above the earth. The raindrop now experiences a different kind of presence, one filled with awe and wonder at the landscape below. From the heights of the sky, it sees the world in an endless cascade of colors and textures, each moment reflecting a memory, an experience, a heartbeat that resonates deep within. And so, like the raindrop, we find ourselves in constant flow, alive in our own unique journeys. Life, with its ebbs and flows, invites us to be aware of each moment, to embrace the interconnections we share with each experience. Breath by breath, we can soften into our natural state of being. As we drift through our days, may we carry with us the gentle wisdom of the raindrop, the peace that rests in the present, allowing us to find beauty in the simple act of existence. In this moment, as you settle into the space where you are, invite your breath to unfold gently, like the first light of dawn breaking across the horizon. Feel the softness of your body against the surface beneath you, the air that caresses your skin. Allow your mind to wander less and to land upon the rhythm of your breath. Inhale deeply, drawing in the essence of this present moment, and exhale, releasing the weight of past and future. Let the world around you blur softly as it invites you to slow down, to be here now fully, intentionally, without needing to rush or fix anything. This is your time to simply be. Imagine now the early afternoon sun filtering through a kitchen window, casting warm rectangles of light on the cool tile floor. In this kitchen, the gentle sound of water running fills the air, delicate and soothing symphony. You stand at the sink, a simple yet profound oasis in the flow of life, cradling a dish in your hands. It is an ordinary bowl, perhaps a remnant of breakfast or an echo of a shared meal. As you set it under the stream, the water dances, glistening. As it cascades over the ceramic surface, you feel the coolness of the bowl against your palm, the slight weight of it grounding you in this moment. Notice how the water flows, moving effortlessly over the rounded edges, carrying away remnants of yesterday's sustenance. With each gentle scrub of your sponge, you can sense a rhythm emerging, a delicate choreography between you and the water. As you glide the sponge against the smooth surface, it makes a soft, soothing sound, muffled by the surrounding hush of the kitchen. This could almost be a whisper, a secret shared between you and the dish, one that tells stories of nourishment and care. Let the scent of the dish soap drift into your awareness, a soft, lingering sweetness that fills your nostrils. You inhale deeply again, letting the scent weave into your breath, connecting you to this simple task. As the bubbles form and rise, they shimmer in the sunlight, tiny orbs of possibility that float and drift before your eyes. In this moment, there is no past or future. There is only the here and now, suspended within the transcendent rise and fall of bubbles. You move through the process with intention, the gentle rippling of the water beneath your fingertips, creating a sense of serenity. With every rotation of your wrist, each stroke of the sponge, you consciously release any tension coiled in your shoulders. Thoughts may flicker in and out, the day's tasks congregating at the outskirts of your awareness, but like clouds passing through a vast sky, you let them be. You acknowledge them without judgment, allowing them to float away. Returning your focus to the sensations of the water, the sponge, the plate in your hand. As you rinse the bowl, feel the cool current. Embrace the warm bowl, a harmonious blend of temperatures, a reminder of the balance inherent in life. The sink becomes a small universe. The water's journey transforming the ordinary into an experience rich with texture and possibility. Each gleam of light refracting through the water brings to mind a sense of gratitude for the meal shared, for the nourishment received, for the moment of simply being alive. Next, you reach for a glass, its surface transparent, yet heavy with the traces of a past drink. As the water rushes, pooling within the glass, you notice the way it settles. A mirror for your own mind, the ripples quieting into stillness. There's something profoundly beautiful in the way life flows, changing form yet remaining essential. You smile gently to yourself, the thought arising. Each moment offers a chance to begin anew, to cleanse, to learn. With each item you wash, you foster a sense of connection between the dish, the water, the sponge, and you. Your mind begins to encompass the kitchen itself, filled with warmth, love, and the lingering scent of meals prepared. Perhaps laughter once echoed here, or comforting conversations woven between the clinks of utensils, a symphony composed of life's most cherished moments. You take a moment to pause, letting the water run as you glance out the window. The world outside breathes the same rhythm, trees swaying gently in the breeze, a soft rustle of leaves whispering secrets back and forth. Birds flit between branches, their songs mingling in the air, finding a way into your heart. Each note is a reminder that life is unfolding in concert with your own, a shared experience echoing across time and space. Instinctively, you turn back to your task, the sensation of warm, soapy water inviting your hands to dive deeper into this meditation of presence. You lift another dish from the stack, allowing yourself to feel the warmth remaining from the embrace of the meal just passed. Feel how your fingers glide across the surface, a reminder of the connection between the vessel and the food it held. The laughter shared above the tablecloth, and the love poured like sauce in a bowl as you scrub. You notice a quiet fortitude building within you. This daily ritual, once mundane, now holds a sacredness that stretches beyond the dishes themselves. There is power in this simplicity, a calming cadence that invites resilience and peace. Each stroke becomes less about cleaning and more about bringing yourself home. Grounding in the here and now, you begin to realize that this very act of washing dishes duplicates life itself, a blend of soft moments and tougher scrubs, of warmth and coolness, of the familiar and the fleeting. The understanding slowly envelops you. Sometimes we must immerse ourselves in life to wash away the dirt and grime, allowing clarity to emerge from the depths. As you rinse the last dish, droplets spring from the surface, shimmering before they cascade down in a dance toward the sink below, a beautiful reminder of impermanence in its most elegant form, with each plate stacked neatly in their resting place. You stand back and take a moment to reflect on the work you've done. The sink is now a pool of still water, mirroring your inner landscape. You realize that within the ordinary task, there exists a profound opportunity to embrace each fleeting moment, to find joy in a task as simple as washing dishes. As you step back from the sink, take one last deep breath, feeling the transformation that has occurred, both in the dishes and within yourself. Know that every time you engage in such simple acts, you can evoke this space of mindfulness, always accessible, waiting for you to return. As you move away from the kitchen with its soft, light, and lingering scents, carry with you this gentle reminder: in the whirl of life's busyness, there is beauty in stillness. Be present, breathe, and simply be. In the quiet embrace of a morning, when the sun descends gently upon the world and the day unfolds in soft hues, take a moment to settle in. Allow yourself to arrive fully in this moment, to feel the gentle rise and fall of your breath, like the waves kissing the shore. Close your eyes, if you wish, and listen to the sounds around you: the rustle of leaves, the distant call of a bird, the rhythmic dance of your breath. Here, in this stillness, all is as it should be. You are invited to immerse yourself in a simple act, to revel in the beauty of the present moment that carries the essence of your being. In a small, sunlit kitchen, a woman named Clara stands at the sink, surrounded by the lingering aroma of breakfast. The gentle hum of a quiet morning wraps around her like a warm shawl. She rolls up the sleeves of her shirt, feeling the soft cotton against her skin. The water runs clear from the faucet, cascading like a soft waterfall, its sound blending harmoniously with the ticking clock on the wall, a reminder of the passage of time. As she prepares to wash a small mountain of dishes from the meal just shared, Clara lets the water run until it feels warm against her fingers. As she dips her hands into the soapy warmth, she can feel the slickness of the bubbles gathering around her fingers. The suds rise in frothy peaks, creating delicate shapes that dance and shimmer in the sunlight streaming through the window. Each dish before her tells a story: the chipped mug from her grandmother, the plate she bought on her journey to the coast, the mixing bowl that has seen countless family gatherings. She picks up the first dish, its surface still bearing the remnants of the past meal, a smear of jam and a few drops of milk. The soft sponge sinks into the water, absorbing the warmth, and she brings it to the plate, moving it in slow, deliberate circles. As she does, she feels the texture of the dish under her fingers, smooth where it's been polished, rougher where it hasn't. Here, in this seemingly mundane task, Clara finds herself fully present, her thoughts gently drifting like clouds across a summer sky. Neither clinging nor resisting, with each stroke of the sponge, Clara begins to notice the sensations all around her: the way the water splashes softly against the porcelain, the faint whisper of her breath mingling with the sound of the flowing water. She feels the warmth envelop her hands, the gentle swirls of steam rising into the air, a soft caress upon her face. There is a quiet rhythm to the task, and Clara dances in tune with the flow of water and the rise of bubbles, surrendering herself to the moment as she moves from plate to cup to fork. Her mind occasionally flits away, thought about the day ahead, a worry about a friend. Yet, each time, Clara gently guides her awareness back to the sensations in her hands and the sounds around her. She embraces this gentle ebb and flow of her thoughts, allowing them to pass, much like leaves floating down a stream. There is no rush, no need to judge herself for wandering. With each pass of the sponge, she simply returns in the quietude of her task. She notices the sunlight glinting off the water as though the kitchen were alive with tiny diamonds. Clara stops for a heartbeat, mesmerized by the play of light. Each drop that captures the beam holds its own little world, a glimmer of perfection within imperfection. She allows herself to smile, the corners of her lips lifting effortlessly. The act of washing dishes has become a moment of gratitude, an acknowledgement of the tiny miracles that dwell within the simplicity of daily life. Lost in her rhythm, Clara feels a gentle sense of connection, though she is alone in the kitchen. She senses the presence of love in the dishes she cleans, each one embodying memories shared with those she cares for. She remembers the laughter around the table, the stories spun over meals, the comfort of shared spaces. The water splashes gently against her hands, as if to say, "This is life. It is here, and it is sacred." Settling deeper into the moment, Clara becomes aware of the rising sound of the water, the way the ripples breathe life into the mundane routine. It is now a symphony, the soft clink of metal against glass, the gentle gurgle of the drain, the rustle of the soap bubbles as they glide away. The world outside fades into the background. Time stretches, becoming elastic. No longer a straight line, but a rich tapestry woven with each breath. The dishes gradually dwindle, and with each one that leaves her hands, Clara feels a lightness inside her chest, a release of something unneeded, perhaps the worry of tomorrow's tasks or the weight of yesterday's concerns. She watches as each dish, once full of food, now gleams under her touch, each one transformed by the simple act of care. As she finishes rinsing the last plate, she observes the water swirling down the drain, a mini whirlpool of reflections, and light slowly whispering its goodbye. She stands for a moment, hands still in the sink, the water now cooling around her. With a gentle sigh, Clara releases the warmth into the surrounding air, lifting her gaze to meet her own reflection in the small window above the sink, of face softened by the act of presence. Heart held tenderly in the moment. The sink now empty, Clara wipes her hands on a soft towel, feeling the fibers against her skin, grounding herself once again in the here and now. She takes a deep breath, savoring the sweetness of the air, tinged with the scent of soap and warm wood. There is fullness in this conclusion, an acknowledgement that each day contains countless opportunities for mindfulness, if only we choose to meet them. With her heart full of quiet joy, Clara steps back from the sink and lets the moment linger a little longer. As the quiet of the kitchen envelops her, she realizes that life, in its essence, is an ongoing act of washing dishes, interplay of tasks and thoughts, moments of connection and solitude. She understands that each second holds a gleaming invitation to presence, a reminder that within every ordinary act lies the extraordinary, waiting to be seen. With a final breath, Clara carries the stillness forward into her day, grateful for the quiet magic of being fully alive. In a world often brimming with noise and haste, take a moment to settle into your breath. Inhale deeply, filling your lungs with the present, and then gently exhale, releasing the weight of unneeded thoughts. Feel your body resting, your feet grounding into the surface beneath you. Notice how, in this very moment, you are precisely where you need to be. Allow your mind to soften, just like the warm light of the morning sun slipping through the curtains. Let it beckon you towards stillness and presence as we embark on a simple journey into the quiet rhythm of an ordinary moment. The kettle hummed softly on the stovetop, a warm and comforting sound that filled the kitchen with an invitation. It was a humble space shadows danced around as the sun spilled through the window, casting golden patches on the tiled floor. The aroma of wood and flour lingered in the air, remnants of yesterday's baking. In this kitchen stood a woman named Clara, her hands, weathered yet graceful, moved deliberately in the calmness of the moment. Today, she had decided to step away from the busy tides of her thoughts and immerse herself in the simple act of making tea. It was an everyday ritual, yet Clara cherished it as an opportunity to find something sacred in the mundane. As she filled the kettle with fresh water, she let her fingers trace the cool metal, feeling its smoothness, grounding her. The kettle clicked on, and the sound of water beginning to heat whispered promises of transformation. Clara turned her attention to the loose-leaf tea nestled safely in its tin, a blend of chamomile and lavender. She opened the tin, and the fragrant scent enveloped her, a mix of floral sweetness and earthiness. As she scooped the delicate leaves, she paused, allowing the scent to wash over her. It reminded her of summer gardens, of lazy afternoons when the world held its breath and time seemed to ripple and stretch with a gentle clink. She placed the tea leaves in her favorite teapot, a humble piece worn from years of use. The teapot bore witness to countless mornings, afternoons, and evenings, filled with laughter, joy, and sometimes loneliness. Clara held it tenderly, feeling its weight as if it carried the stories of her life. There was comfort in that thought, and she let it settle within her, anchoring her within the present. As the kettle began to whistle, a high, clear note sliced through the tranquil air like the call of a distant bird. Clara's heart quickened. Almost imperceptibly, she felt the anticipation in her chest, a gentle stirring like leaves rustling in the wind. Turning off the burner, she steadied herself, savoring the moment before the next step. Pausing, she took a deep breath, feeling its warmth, and let it escape slowly, releasing the tingle of impatience that lingered at the edges of her mind. Pouring the hot water over the steeping leaves, a delicate dance began, the leaves unfurling, transforming the clear water into a golden infusion. Clara watched, entranced, as the tea swirled, weaving stories of flavor and warmth into the water. The steam curled upwards, spiraling gracefully, and she inhaled, letting that fragrant warmth fill her being. There was something exquisite in witnessing this transformation, allowing herself to be captivated by the simple act of brewing tea. Her mind wandered for a moment, drifting toward the errands yet undone, the emails waiting unseen. It was so easy to let her thoughts roam far and wide, but Clara gently drew them back, slipping into the soft embrace of her senses, the warmth of the cup in her hands, the gentle tick of the clock on the wall, the mesmerizing dance of the steam. The minutes blended into one another, and soon enough, she sensed the tea was ready. With careful hands, she poured it into her favorite cup, watching as the steam kissed her face. The first sip was transformative, a smooth warmth that spread through her chest, grounding her senses. It reminded her of sunlit afternoons spent with her grandmother, sharing stories and laughter over countless cups brewed with love. Clara closed her eyes for a moment, wrapping the memory around herself like a soft blanket. Here she tasted nostalgia, a reminder of connection and love that spanned generations. And as she slowly lifted the cup again, she let her heart swell not with longing, but with gratitude. Each sip became a meditation, a moment to embrace the richness of the tea, the warmth of the cup, the stillness within and around her. She focused on the sensation of the tea gliding smoothly over her tongue, the way it soothed the small knots of tension in her shoulders. It was an act of presence, a small, sacred offering to herself. In between sips, she heard the chirp of a sparrow outside, a simple yet profound reminder of life's persistence. The insistent rhythm of its song filled her, creating a symphony that wrapped around her like a warm embrace. The sound was delicate yet powerful, each note a reflection of nature's ability to be present. Cure offered joy in simplicity. Clara remained nestled in this moment, aware of the world unfolding around her. Every sound, every sensation came alive. Creaking of the floorboards, the tick-tock of the clock like a heartbeat, the fading sun casting long shadows on the walls. In this kitchen, she discovered the extraordinary beauty nestled within her ordinary life. All too often, it was easy to overlook these little moments, to rush through them as if they were mere background noise to the insistence of life. But now, she chose to remain anchored, to hold space for the tea in the kitchen, for the past and the present. There was peace in that decision, a sweet stillness that radiated from within and settled softly in her heart. With each sip, she became aware not just of the flavors and warmth, but of the feelings swirling within her of contentment, of nostalgia, of a profound sense of being rooted into here and now. The world outside might be rushing, but here, in this sacred kitchen, Clara found her center, her quiet place. And as the sun sank lower in the sky, casting long fingers of warm light into the room, Clara let her thoughts drift with the light. She envisioned them as autumn leaves, gently floating down, swaying and swirling, eventually landing softly on the ground, unhurried and free. There was no urgency, only the gentle acceptance of whatever arose within her mind. As she finished her tea, Clara took a moment to sit in silence, letting her heart rest in that stillness. The cup was now empty, but the warmth lingered, not just in her hands, but within her spirit. She felt a sense of gratitude for the ritual, for the way it offered her a way to breathe, to pause, to simply be. It was a reminder that amidst busyness of life, there lay an abundance of moments waiting to be savored. She carried that awareness with her, feeling a lightness in her heart as she returned to the rhythm of the evening. The world outside still spun on its demands, in chaos swirling like the sparrow's song. But here, in her soul, Clara nurtured the stillness that blossomed from the simplicity of brewing tea. With a quiet heart and a breath of gratitude, Clara acknowledged the beauty of presence, the gift woven within the fabric of ordinary moments. In that small kitchen, where warmth and rhythm mingled, she found a sanctuary that carried her throughout the ever-changing world. As the sun dipped below the horizon, Clara walked forward, knowing that even in the thick of life's demands, the quiet embrace of mindfulness was always within reach, a wellspring of peace waiting to be uncovered, one moment at a time. Imagine yourself in a quiet room where time gently unfolds like the petals of a blooming flower. The air is soft with the scent of fresh earth, and outside, the rain begins to tap its gentle rhythm on the window pane. As you settle into this moment, be here now. Breathe in slowly, feeling the air fill your lungs, and breathe out, releasing the tension of the world. Let your thoughts drift by like clouds in a vast sky, noticing them without judgment. In this space, all is welcome. Allow yourself to be held by the present as we step softly into the story of a rainy afternoon on a day draped in gray. Sam stood near the window, mesmerized by the delicate dance of raindrops sliding down the glass. The world outside was an ever-shifting landscape where colors deepened with each drop. Green trees glistened with jewels of water, and the pavement shimmered like a polished stone. With a soft sigh, he turned away from the window and decided to tend to the small, simple task awaiting him, washing the dishes in the kitchen. The rhythm of the world outside faded into a gentle murmur, subdued yet persistent. Sam filled the sink with warm water, watching as it billowed and twirled like soft clouds gathering above. The aroma of soap rose to greet him, a familiar scent invoking memories of simpler times, his grandmother's kitchen, filled with love, laughter, and unhurried moments. As he reached for the first plate, he noticed its coolness against his fingertips, stark contrast to the warmth of the water. He placed it gently in the sink, the soft splash breaking the quietude of the room. The sound echoed around him, a little note in the symphony of this rainy afternoon. He began to scrub, each movement deliberate, allowing his mind to settle like the dust after a storm. As the sponge glided over the surface of the plate, bubbles swirled around, catching the light, transforming the mundane into something magical, if only momentarily. He focused on the sensations, the texture of the dish beneath the sponge, the warmth of the water enveloping his hands, the gentle sound of washing reverberating against the porcelain. Each dish was not merely an object to be cleaned, but a part of his world, a vessel that held meals shared, stories told, laughter exchanged. There was gratitude brewing within him, soft and sweet. K, like tea steeping in a quiet cup. With each plate he washed, K breathed in between the movements, filling himself with the scent of soap and the fresh, rain-kissed air filtering through the open window. The rain now fell in a steady rhythm, a soothing cadence that mingled with the sound of water sloshing in the sink. It was as if nature itself was accompanying him, inviting him to dance. To embrace the simplicity of this ritual, Sam turned to the next item, a bowl its edges round and inviting. As he held it in his hands, he reflected on the many times it had cradled food to nourish his body, a vessel for sustenance and care. As he washed it, he thought of how often life was filled with routine. And yet, in that routine, there was beauty waiting to be discovered. The gentle pressure of the sponge against the bowl created a serene rhythm, laying him into a mindful trance, lost in the tranquility of this moment. He found his thoughts drifting like those rain-soaked clouds. They billowed in and out of focus, some heavier, some lighter. He acknowledged them without attachment, understanding that they were simply passing by. Thoughts of past worries and future plans peeked in at the edges, but he let them float away like leaves on a river, allowing himself to return to the sensations of the present, the warmth of the sun-drenched water, the mist rising from the surface, and the gentle patter of rain against the glass. As he continued to wash each dish, he found a rhythm in his movements. The world outside became a distant murmur, and inside, the kitchen transformed into a sanctuary of stillness. He could hear the chime of raindrops, the distant rumble of thunder, each a reminder of the tempest outside. Yet, within him, there was a sense of calm and awareness that this moment, this simple act, was enough. Rich with presence and purpose, finishing the last of the dishes, he turned the tap off and allowed the water to drain away, watching as it spiraled into the sink, disappearing, like thoughts, into the vastness of his mind. He wiped his hands on a dish towel, feeling the fabric's texture, soft, warm, grounding. In that instant, he felt the weight of relief wash over him, an unspoken acknowledgement that he had found joy in this everyday ritual. The world beyond. The window was still pouring rain, but inside, found brightness as he stood quietly, watching the last drops fall against the glass. He turned his gaze to the small, potted plant on the windowsill, vibrant green life, thriving against the gray backdrop. He smiled, recognizing the symbiosis between the rain and the plant. One nourished the other, and in turn, the cycle continued. There was a lesson in this, that the storms, too, could be beautiful and nurturing if only one took the time to pause and embrace them with newfound awareness. Sam carried the warmth of the moment within him. As he turned to leave the kitchen, he felt a gentle shift, a deep-seated understanding that every moment holds within it a world of possibility, rich with meaning and purpose. The rain continued to fall, a silent symphony echoing through the air, but now he moved with a quiet sense of peace, feeling the drops caress on his skin as he stepped outside, knowing that just like the dishes he had washed, every experience was an invitation to be present, to savor, and to appreciate the beauty in the unfolding of life. As you settle into your space, take a moment to find your breath. K. Inhale deeply, feeling the air fill your lungs as you expand with it. And then, exhale slowly, releasing the day's remnants. Allow your thoughts to drift like clouds across the sky of your mind, softening the edges of your worries as you bring your awareness to this very moment. Let nature's pulse, whether it is the gentle hum of distant cars passing, the rustling of leaves, or perhaps the quiet pitter-patter of rain, anchor you into the here and now. Allow yourself to simply be, letting the stillness take root within you. as we embarked together on a quiet journey of discovery. There was a day when the sky wore a blanket of gray, heavy and full, as if it were cradling the world close to its heart. It began with a soft undulation of raindrops pattering gently against the window panes, each drop a music note in a delicate symphony. In a small kitchen, a woman named Clara stood before the sink, her hands immersed in warm, soapy water, a dishcloth cradling the unwieldy remnants of a meal just passed. With each cup she lifted, she felt the weight of the porcelain, cool and smooth, against her fingertips. A fork, glistening in the suds, slipped from her grasp and danced across the sink before resting on the base with a tiny plink, the sound barely rising above the whispers of rain. Through the window, the world blurred beneath a curtain of droplets, and Clara paused, her breath matching the rhythm of the rain. This was her moment. She was here. She washed the plate, rubbing her thumb over the surface, feeling the grooves, the slight imperfections where countless meals had left their marks. Each stroke became a meditation, a reminder to appreciate the ordinary. The fragrant soap floated through the air, a light scent of lavender, a bouquet distilled into tiny bubbles that clung and danced playfully around the sink as she scrubbed. Clara became aware of the subtle sensations, the warm water swirls around her wrists and the foam's gentle caress against her skin. The world outside seemed so distant, while she remained anchored in this intimate connection to her surroundings. The soft, steady drumming of the rain, now an inviting embrace, enveloped her like a mother's lullaby. Thoughts began to drift through her mind like wisps of fog. Perhaps it was a fleeting concern about the work awaiting her, or a worry about her son who had gone off to pursue his dreams. But as soon as they surfaced, she chose to acknowledge them and then release them like leaves floating away upon a stream. They could come back later. But for now, there was this moment, this simple act of cleaning. She dipped the glass into the water, its clear surface shining with an inner light that seemed to echo the growing gentleness of her heart. It was possible to connect deeply with such simple tasks, she mused. Each gesture became a prayer of gratitude, a celebration of nourishment shared, of moments spent around this kitchen table, a sacred space. The rain began to gather strength, each drop now joining in a chorus, intensifying and crescendoing in a joyful embrace. Clara turned her face toward the cool glass of the window, allowing herself to enjoy the sensation of raindrops like tiny kisses against her skin. She felt the connection between herself and the world outside, a unison of life awakening and renewing itself. The flowers in the garden, vibrant and colorful, were rejoicing beneath the nourishing patter, their petals drinking deeply, their fragrance rising through the open window in an aromatic invitation as she returned to her task. The warmth of the steam mingled with a gentle breeze, wrapping around her shoulders like a comforting shawl. She placed the glass on the rack to dry, watching as the water droplets slid off, glistening like tiny diamonds before surrendering completely to gravity. With every cup she washed, every fork and knife she rinsed, she found herself more present, more engaged in the moment and active, participant in this familiar dance that seemed to call her deeper into stillness. There was something profound in the simple dance of dishwashing, she realized. It mirrored the ebbs and flows of life, the joy of creation, and the inevitability of return to simplicity. Each meal prepared, every dish washed, was a cycle, a beautiful reminder that life's gestures can hold meaning if we allow ourselves the space to feel them, to breathe them in fully. The rain began to ease like a soft sigh, and Clara, sensing that her work was drawing to a close, allowed her heart to expand with contentment. She thought of her son again, wondering where he was now, perhaps immersed in his own joys and struggles. She could offer him no tighter embrace than the love nestled in her heart, and maybe, just maybe, it was enough. Inspired by the rain's embrace, she poured herself a cup of tea, warm, fragrant, a moment to reflect on the dance of the day. She settled at her kitchen table, a newfound clarity draping over her like the warmth of a well-worn blanket. She could hear the occasional plop of water kissing the pavement outside, mingling with the distant rumble of thunder, while the world, washed clean and bright with possibility, with each sip, she concentrated on the warmth spreading through her body, the earthiness of the tea grounding her spirit, filling the void left by bittersweet thoughts. She observed the way the steam curled and twisted above the cup, tracing patterns in the air like the thoughts within her, ephemeral yet persistent. The rain had given her this pause, this moment of grace amidst the busyness of life, a reminder to seek beauty in the mundane, to find joy in the quiet corners. As Clara savored her tea, the rain began to relent further, leaving behind a world that glimmered with freshness and possibility. She could see that each drop, once heavy and laden with moisture, had now released its burdens, gracing the earth with glistening reminders to awaken, to grow and thrive. And so it is with us, Clara reflected. We too may release our burdens, breathe deeply, and embrace the simplicity of being, surrendering to the beauty that surrounds us. Each moment, like the rain, offers itself to the dance of life's invitation to immerse ourselves in the now, to find tenderness in the ordinary, and to sip from the cup of stillness that awaits us within. As the last notes of rain fade into memory, may we carry the warmth of this moment forward, feeling the gentle pulse of life in our hearts. Inhale slowly, feeling the cool air fill your lungs, and as you exhale, release the weight of the day into the gentle embrace of the present moment. Let your body settle into the quiet space around you, inviting in the sounds of the world as they weave around you like a soft fabric. Notice the sensations that dance across your skin, the subtle shifts in your body as your breath flows in and out like a tide that ebbs and flows. Here, in this moment, there is no rush. Every thought, every sound is a wave lapping at the shore of your awareness. Allow yourself to simply be as we step together into the unfolding story of the ordinary and the profound in the early morning light. Just as the day begins to stir, a humble kitchen sits in quiet readiness. The sun seeps through the window, painting the tiles in warm gold, illuminating small dust motes that float through the air like tiny wishes. The gentle hum of the world outside, birds busy crafting their songs, leaves raspy in the breeze, and the distant drone of a lone car passing wraps around the room, a soft backdrop to the serenity. In the gently worn sink, a modest collection of dishes awaits, each one a remnant of yesterday, a chipped mug with a retrospective history, a glass that sparkles like the ocean after a storm, and a plate that carries the echoes of meals shared and laughter that filled the air. As you approach this gathering of life's moments, take a breath. Feel the intention of care settle in your chest. Warm and transformative, tests of patience can often feel overwhelming. But here, in this singular moment, you have the power to transform the mundane into the sacred. Running the water, you watch a cascade, a delicate stream that glistens as it joins the bowl. The sound is calming like a distant waterfall, inviting you to immerse yourself in its flow. Gently, you plunge your hands into the warm liquid, feeling the rush against your skin and awakening to sensation. The heat seeps into your fingers as you pick up the first dish-to-chipped mug. Its weight feels familiar, and you close your eyes for just a heartbeat, tracing the contours of its ridged handle, feeling the story it tells. Each groove under your fingertips holds the warmth of coffee shared in quiet mornings. Time seems to pause as you lift the mug beneath the falling water. You can feel the gentle pattering against the ceramic, the sound mingling with the humming of your heart. The soap, a fragrant cloud, slips from your fingers like a memory wrapped in nostalgia. As you bubble the surface, the scent of lemon fills your senses, bringing forth vivid images of a garden on a sunlit day. The taste of summer lingered in the air. There's no hurry, no expectation, just you and the dish. Part of a larger tapestry, woven with each breath as you scrub. The foam dances, playfully gliding across the surface, while your mind drifts like leaves caught in a stream, floating past thoughts of yesterday and tomorrow. You are not bound by the chaos of your to-do list. Here, in this moment, you embrace the rhythm to quiet cadence of your hands working. It's a splash of water echoing softly around you. You rinse the mug, watching the soap swirl and disappear, swept away by the water like worries fading into the distance. Feel the warmth of the sun spilling through the window, illuminating your skin, your being, grounding you in now. With each dish, you allow yourself to witness how the mundane transforms into a ritual, each gentle movement an act of love. The glass follows, its crystalline surface sparkling under the cascading stream. What stories does it hold? Of the laughter of friends gathered, the warmth of conversations flowing like the river. As you wash, you remind yourself of those moments, feeling them swell within you like the tide. Each thought, each memory is met with kindness and acceptance, a gentle acknowledgement of the journey you have walked. The plate comes next, its edges chipped but full of character, like a life lived fully, intricately layered. You reflect on the meals shared, the hands that gathered around this very piece of porcelain. As you scrub, you let go of judgments, allowing the past to simply be part of what has shaped the present. The warmth returns to your hands, each scrubbing motion inviting clarity, parting the waters of your mind, untangling the threads woven through your thoughts. You stand in the warmth of the water, feeling the fabric of your existence so closely knit with these simple acts, the washing, the rinsing, the drying, taking on a sacredness that pulses through your veins. The days can feel relentless, and yet here, lulled by the melody of mundane chores, you find a sanctuary within. And as the last plate glistens, the sensation of satisfaction washes over you like the water itself, warm, cleansing, and deeply nourishing. You pause, feeling the weight of purpose in your heart, understanding that these small acts are the brushstrokes of a broader masterpiece. You place the last piece in its place, each one a guardian of memories, and turn off the tap. The silence that follows is profound, a gentle echo cradled in your surroundings. You notice your breath, how it feels deeper, more aligned, like a stillness woven into the very fabric of your being. There is a grace in the simplicity and invitation to linger longer in the now, to immerse yourself in the soft undercurrents of your thoughts, gently nurturing the expansive nature of being present. Amidst the everyday, you find a stillness that echoes far beyond the walls of your kitchen as you step back from the sink, leaving behind a space that glimmers with light and clarity. Remember this moment. Let its gentle rhythm guide you as you move through your day, like the water that washes away the remnants of yesterday. You too can choose to be present, to embrace each moment as it comes unfolding, shimmering, alive. Here, in this stillness, find your heart's quiet song, a reminder that peace is always within reach, simply waiting to be discovered. In the early moments of the morning, when the world has not yet fully awakened, there exists a soft hush, a whisper of tranquility that invites you. With a gentle breath, allow yourself to settle into this moment, feeling the connection of your feet upon the ground and the air as it fills your lungs. Notice the gentle rhythm of your heart, the way it beats steadily, calming metronome in the quiet symphony of your surroundings. As you invite awareness into the spaces of your mind, let go of yesterday's worries and tomorrow's uncertainties, and allow yourself to be fully present, here and now, in the heart of a bustling town, tanned, where the sound of honking cars and distant chatter blend into the hum of daily life. There lived a woman named Clara. One crisp Sunday morning, she found herself standing in her small kitchen, sunlight spilling through the window like golden nectar. The kitchen, a sanctuary of sorts, held the scent of brewed coffee and the lingering aroma of last night's dinner. Clara felt the warmth of the sun on her skin, a gentle reminder that outside, life was flourishing. She looked at the sink, filled with a modest mountain of dishes, remnants of shared laughter and nourishment from the previous day. A familiar sigh passed her lips, but today, instead of approaching the task with a sense of dread, she sensed an invitation, an opportunity to engage with what was before her. Clara rolled up her sleeves and turned on the tap, the sound of water rushing, filling the air with a lively cadence, like a gentle stream weaving through the forest. She watched as the clear water poured over the dishes, catching the light and transforming it into dancing diamonds, reflecting tiny galaxies in each droplet. The sensation of the water was soothing against her skin, cool and refreshing, guiding her beyond the ordinary dot as she began to wash. Her hands glided over the plates and cups, feeling the smoothness of the ceramics, the rough patches where memories remained just beneath the surface. The sponge, soft yet resilient, hugged the contours of each dish, embracing the task with humility and grace. With each stroke, Clara was aware of varying textures beneath her fingers, the delicate rim of a teacup, the ridged surface of a pan, a microcosm of her life held within this simple act. Her thoughts drifted like wisps of cloud overhead, teeting in light. What will I do today? It resonated for a moment, then fluttered away like a leaf carried by the wind. What will I have for dinner tonight? Arose, but faded quickly. Instead, she focused on the now, the warm, soapy water wrapping around her hands like a comforting embrace, the rhythmic sound of the cloth against porcelain, the soft sigh of steam rising into the air, wearing the scent of breakfast on its breath. In this tranquil space, Clara was free from judgment, free from time. A few minutes passed, or maybe an hour. She no longer marked the passage of time. The dishes became vessels of mindfulness, each one inviting her to explore her thoughts, both the joyous and the burdened. She pondered on the joy of sharing meals with friends, the laughter that echoed off the walls, the love that simmered in every pot. And with that recognition came a wave of gratitude washing over her, much like the water enveloping the dishes. As she rinsed the last plate, completion shone brightly in her heart. The soft click of dishes stacking together created a harmonious tune, a melody only she could hear, reverberating in the peacefulness of her mind. Just then, a memory arose, the laughter of her late grandmother drifting through her. The way she used to stand by Clara's side, teaching her to cook, invoking that loving presence, felt like a warm embrace, wrapping itself around her spirit and igniting a sense of connection beyond time and space. Clara placed the last plate in the drying rack, a sense of fulfillment swelling inside her. She took a moment to look around her small kitchen, the sunlight now fully embraced by each corner, illuminating the space. A reminder that life is present, alive, and brimming with potential. She inhaled deeply, savoring the mingling scents of soap, coffee, and warmth, each deeply woven into her being. Outside, the world thrummed. The sound of bird songs sifted through the window, drawing her attention. She walked to the window, gazing at the dancing trees, their leaves swaying gently in the breeze, each movement a subtle dance of connection to the earth. She could almost hear them whisper, reminding her of the importance of stillness, of being rooted even in motion. Standing there, Clara allowed herself to be inflected by the very essence of the moment. The sound of laughter from children drifting from the park nearby, the rustle of the leaves, the gentle chatter of neighbors. A symphony that welcomed her to simply be. She realized that life is a collection of moments, like spots of paint on the canvas of existence, each moment inviting her to engage, to feel, to breathe. With a soft sigh that carried remnants of peace, Clara turned away from the window, a warm smile lighting her face. Every small task, every moment spent in awareness, shaped the texture of her days, rich, vibrant, and full of life. She carried with her the knowing that joy and presence could be found in the most ordinary of moments, that even the hum of a household chore could awaken the soul. And so, as she walked from the kitchen, her heart felt open and spacious. With each step, Clara moved through her home with a newfound grace, allowing the warmth of her actions to spill into her day. Grounding her in the here and now, Clara had learned that within the quietude of mundane tasks lay a world of possibilities, a journey of presence that extends beyond a single moment and into the much larger tapestry of life. Each breath she took now carried the echoes of stillness gathered between waves of daily activities, inviting her always to return to the simplicity of being wholly, unapologetically herself. In these ordinary moments, she discovered the extraordinary art of mindfulness, gentle reminder that peace can be found not in the destination, but in the act of arriving. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep, gentle breath in and let it out slowly, allowing your body to melt into the present moment. Feel the air surrounding you, cool and welcoming, wrapping around you like a soft, familiar blanket. Listen to the subtle sounds around you, the gentle hum of the world, the whisper of your thoughts, and the quiet rhythm of your breath. Allow yourself to settle into this stillness. It is here, in the quiet, that you will find yourself. In the heart of a sun-drenched afternoon, Martha stood at her kitchen sink, where the gentle clatter of familiar dishes greeted her like old friends. She rolled up her sleeves, feeling the cool porcelain against her fingertips. The sunlight glinted through the window, casting a warm, golden hue across the room, illuminating the soft edges of the world around her. As she turned on the faucet, the water flowed out in a steady, clear stream, and she watched as it splashed and danced over the ceramic. She let the cool water run over her hands, the sensations sending ripples of awareness through her being. Each droplet glittered like tiny stars escaping into the sink, falling into the depths of the porcelain universe. She picked up the first dish, simple plate adorned with the remnants of yesterday's meal. Each smudge told a story, a hint of sauce, a trail of crumbs, a testament to moments shared. As she began to scrub, she summoned a soft sponge, its texture yielding beneath her fingers, a subtle reminder of the balance between gentleness and purpose. With every stroke, Martha let her thoughts drift to the sounds around her. The water sang a gentle lullaby, splashing softly against the sink, while a distant bird trilled a melodic note outside her window. The rhythmic sound of the water accompanied her movements, grounding her in a dance of present awareness. She noticed the steam rising before her, curling and twisting through the air like a whisper of the day, inviting her deeper into this moment. The plate glistened under her touch, shifting from a canvas of scattered remnants to a pristine surface, reflecting the sun's embrace. She marveled at the simple act of cleaning, recognizing how much life we carry around with us, messy, complicated, yet always beautiful in its own way. She reached for the next dish, a bowl, and as she submerged it into the warm water, she felt a soft warmth envelop her fingers, inviting her to let go of any lingering tension. The foam danced on the surface, creating a miniature world of bubbles that sparkled with potential, as if they were tiny thoughts swirling in her mind, waiting to be acknowledged and released. In this sacred space of the kitchen, where daily tasks unfolded naturally, Martha allowed herself to breathe in and out, aligning with the tempo of her heart. She listened, truly listened, to the symphony of her surroundings, the sound of water, the soothing creak of the wooden floor beneath her feet, and the laughter of children playing outside, cawing like a gentle reminder of joy. The sponge met the bowl, and as it glided across the surface, a soft squeak filled the air, drawing her attention. With each motion, she felt the connection between her hands and the object before her, a reminder of their shared existence in this fleeting moment. She thought of how often we rush through our lives, skimming along the surface, yet here, in the simple practice of washing dishes, she felt a profound sense of communion, an acceptance of the present. Each dish she washed was imbued with intention, a possibility for reflection. She paused, letting the water flow over her fingers as she allowed a thought to wander into her mind, a memory of laughter shared over dinner, the warmth of friendship, and the stories that lingered long after the plates had been cleared. In this act of caring for the dishes, she was, in essence, caring for those moments that made her heart swell with gratitude. Time seemed to stretch and bend, little droplets of existence crystallizing into unforgettable snapshots. She began to notice how it felt to be fully present, the way her breath synchronized with the ebb and flow of her movements. Thoughts of tomorrow, of errands and obligations, melted away, leaving only the here and now as she finished washing. The last dish, a small cup that had once held a warm drink shared under the moonlight. She cradled it in her hands, tracing its rim with her thumb. She took a moment to appreciate its shape, its weight, this tiny vessel that had contained warmth, comfort, and the silent exchanges of deep connection. With a gentle sigh, she placed the cup on the drying rack and stepped back to observe her work, the dishes gleaming with a fresh glow, the countertop now clear and inviting. For a brief moment, she allowed herself to bask in the satisfaction that came from this simple act. An ordinary task transformed into a sacred ritual of presence. As she wiped her hands on a soft kitchen towel, she felt the fabric absorb the last remnants of water, as if the act was a final release of her thoughts and cares, allowing her to step back into the openness of the moment. She felt a sense of peace wash over her, profound and tender, a reminder that every moment, no matter how humdrum, contained the potential for mindfulness. She took one more look out of the window, where the world outside continued its dance of beauty trees swaying gently in the summer breeze, light playing among the leaves, children's laughter flowing like music in the air. In that instant, Martha recognized that washing dishes was not merely a chore, but an opportunity, a chance to practice being fully alive, deeply connected to each breath, each thought, each heartbeat. As you draw your awareness back to the space around you, carry with you this deep understanding that every moment holds a treasure. The mundane is a canvas, waiting for you to paint it with your own attention and presence. Embrace the stillness, breathe in the richness of being here, now, and know that each moment is an opportunity to find beauty in the simplest of actions. In this moment, as you settle into a comfortable position, allow the gentle rhythm of your breath to guide you. Inhale softly, feeling your lungs expand, and exhale gently, releasing any tension with each sigh. Let the noise of the day soften, and draw your attention inward to the stillness that lies just beneath the surface of thought. Picture a quiet stream, its water flowing serenely over smooth pebbles, a lullaby of nature that invites you to immerse yourself in the present. Here, in the simplicity of now, everything else can fade away. It is early morning light that seeps tenderly through the kitchen window, casting a warm embrace around the room. The sun, still low in the sky, dances with the dust motes that float lazily in the beam, spiraling gently as if they are engaged in an adjoled waltz. You stand at the sink, a quiet place of beginning, where the day unfolds quietly in rhythmic simplicity. The dishes are piled like a small mountain, and with each passing moment, They seem to beckon a gentle invitation to engage with the mundane. You can hear the soft hum of the refrigerator, a grounding pulse that reminds you of life's constant heartbeat. As you fill the basin with warm water, your mind unwinds, sinking into the gentle embrace of routine. The water swirls, inviting. You too dip your hands into its soothing depths. As your fingers submerge, they are met with a comforting warmth. It's like a mother's hug wrapping around you, inviting you to pause for a moment. The sensation radiates up your arms, and you allow your focus to rest on the feeling, the ebb and flow of warmth enveloping your hands. The spirit of the water, teaching you to be here, now. You reach for the first plate, its surface still a little cool against the warmth of the water. The ceramic becomes slick as you run your fingers over it, catching the subtle droplets that cling like tiny, fragile diamonds. With each scrub, each rotation under the sponge, your mind drifts, yet you gently bring it back, anchoring it in the task at hand. The rhythm of the water, like a heartbeat, flows through your consciousness, and you hear the soft swoosh as you rinse away the soap, allowing the cleansing flow to cascade over your hands. You notice the sound, melodious and vibrant, weaving into the fabric of your awareness. It is here, within this sacred act of cleansing, that the mundane becomes sacred. As you lift the plate to the drying rack, you can feel the weight of yesterday slipping away. Each dish, a canvas of memories, of laughter shared over mealtime, of moments gathered in this space. You reflect silently on the dinners held here, the conversations that swirled like steam from hot dishes. The plates are not just utensils. They are vessels of connection, of the life lived within these walls. You move to the next dish, a teacup adorned with delicate flowers. The porcelain is smooth, cool, and calming against your fingertips. As you wash, you think of the laughter that came from shared cups of tea, and the quiet moments of solace found in the ritual of sipping warmth from handmade mugs. You feel an appreciation swell within you, gratitude for each moment, each sip that has tasted like warmth and comfort. Time feels suspended in this quiet atmosphere, and you lose yourself in the layers of sensation, the sudsy texture gliding across your fingers, the rhythmic patter of water, the warm air enveloping you like a gentle breeze. Each action becomes intentional as you become more aware of how the water dances off the dishes in tiny cascades. Sparkling droplets hitching rides on the air, captured in the glow of sunlight. As the last few dishes come under your care, you notice the mind's tendency to scatter. Thoughts arise, fluttering like autumn leaves, yet you allow them to drift by. Joyful memories, reminders of tasks waiting beyond this sanctuary of presentness. Instead of clinging, you observe, witnessing the ebb and flow of your thoughts without judgment, like the water flowing past you. Unhurried, with each completed cycle of washing and rinsing, there is a sense of fulfillment that settles deeply within. Your hands, now tinged with the scent of soap and warmth, dance lightly through the water, collecting remnants of yesterday's meals, transforming them into moments of mindfulness. You wash the silverware, a familiar clinking as a reminder of solidity of connection, the intense lineage of meals shared and lives intertwined. The forks and spoons gleam as the last remnants of soap rinse away, revealing their polished heart beneath. You marvel at their simplicity, their purpose, how they to share in your journey. As you place the last fork down to dry, there is a shift inside you, a quiet realization that understanding, acceptance, and inner peace do not need grand declarations. They are woven into the fabric of these small, singular moments where you choose presence over distraction, where the act of washing dishes, once mundane, now sparkles with illumination. The gentle rhythm of water continues, each drop a reminder of impermanence, of sensations like seasons shifting. You feel gratitude rise like a gentle tide, perhaps for the ordinary, perhaps for the sacredness hidden in daily chores. You take a moment to step back, to view the transformation that has occurred, not just in the dishes that now rest, but in your own spirit come, contained and present. Your breath becomes steady and full, each inhalation gathering treasures of this moment, each exhalation releasing the burdens of the past. You take the warmth of the kitchen, the whisper of water, and the simple joy of connection with your tasks into the wider world, knowing that every moment, even the simplest, holds the potential to anchor you, to center you in the still heart of being. As you step away from the sink, allow the peaceful goodness of the experience to linger like the fragrance of soap in the air. Remember, in every act, in every moment, resides an invitation to return home to yourself, to the present. In the gentle flow of life, may you find a quiet space where you can listen, feel, and simply be. The world unfolds around you, vibrant and alive, and you are a part of it, shaped by the present, mindful in the quiet beauty of now. As you settle into this moment, take a deep breath. Inhale softly, filling your lungs with the gentle air that surrounds you, and then release it, allowing any tension to melt away. Feel the sensations in your body. Perhaps you notice your feet, anchored to the ground, or the chair supporting your weight. Allow your attention to rest on the gentle rise and fall of your breath, a natural rhythm that connects you to the world. Let each breath guide you deeper into the present, where the noise of yesterday and the worries of tomorrow fade away. In this tranquil space, let us journey together through an ordinary yet deeply meaningful experience. In a quiet kitchen, bathed in the soft light of an early afternoon, a woman stood by the sink, her hands submerged in warm, soapy water. The gentle sound of water bubbling as it cascaded from the tap filled the room, a soothing symphony that danced along with the rustling leaves outside the window. Sunbeams filtered through the sheer curtains, casting playful patterns on the countertop, evoking the feeling of time slowing down, as if the universe itself were beckoning her to be still. She picked up a plate, its surface speckled with the remnants of a family meal just hours prior. A simple object, yet in her hands, it felt alive with memories, the laughter of her children, the warmth of shared stories, the way they gathered around the table as if drawing strength from one another. As she scrubbed, she focused her entire awareness on the task, noting the smoothness of the porcelain, the slickness of the soap, and the gentle, rhythmic motion of her hands as they glided across the plate. With each wipe, she could hear the soft sound of her breath mingling with the splashes of water, and it became a meditation in motion. When her mind wandered, which it did perhaps to thoughts of errands yet to run or the laundry waiting to be folded, she gently welcomed her distractions without judgment. Like passing clouds in a vast sky, she simply allowed them to float. By returning her focus to the plate before her, the warmth of the water enveloped her hands, creating a sensation that was both comforting and energizing. It was as if, with each rinse and scrub, she was washing away not just the residue of the meal, but any remnants of stress lingering in her mind. The foam danced on the surface, glistening like tiny stars in a soft evening sky. The world outside the window continued its quiet rhythm. Birds chirped a lively tune, a gentle reminder of the vibrancy of life that thrived outside. Each note of their song seemed to harmonize with the sound of running water, creating a melodic backdrop to her task. Gradually, she began to notice other sounds, the distant echo of laughter from the children playing in the yard, the soft rustle of wind through the trees, and the comforting hum of a passing car. Each sound added a layer to her experience, weaving a tapestry of the moment that enveloped her in presence as she moved on to the next dish. A glass tumbler, she let the coolness of the glass contrast with the warmth of the water. In her mind, the glass held the reflections of countless moments, the smiles shared over toast at breakfast, the late-night discussions, the quiet moments when words were unnecessary. Each dish was a vessel of connection, a reminder of how simple actions intertwined with profound experiences. Sinking deeper into her focus, she let go of any need for perfection or speed. The dishes became not just tasks to complete, but a practice in mindfulness. She felt the gentle tug of the sponge against the surface, the clarity of intention in her actions, and the way her body moved in harmony with her thoughts. The stillness she found in this act was illuminating, offering insights like the steady flow of water, clear, unwavering, and deeply nourishing in that serene space. Time seemed fluid, stretching into the embrace of the present moment. There was no past to dwell upon, no future to fret over. It's just her and the dishes, the sound of water and birds, the muted colors of the world outside. Everything else faded into a distant echo, and she swam in the simplicity of this existence. As she reached the final dish, she noticed a single bubble float upwards, glimmering in the light before bursting into nothingness. It was a simple act, yet it held a profound lesson. Just as the bubble emerged gleefully from the soapy water, only to surrender to the air, so too are thoughts and concerns transient. They come, they dance, and then they dissolve back into the universe, leaving only the purity of the moment behind. With the dishes done, she dried her hands on a soft towel, the fabric absorbing the remnants of water and soap, like a gentle hug after a meaningful connection. In this act, she felt a warm glow of satisfaction, not for the completion of a task, but for the presence she cultivated within it. She had offered herself the gift of attentiveness, bound to the hurried pace of life. As she glanced around her kitchen, she recognized the small treasures of her everyday life, the lively plants on the windowsill reaching for the sun, the familiar scent of herbs lingering in the air. Each corner of her space was imbued with love and care, reflections of the moments woven together like a delicate tapestry in the stillness of that midday moment. She emerged with an abiding peace. The dishes were clean, her spirit uplifted by a simple act transformed into a mindful practice. She carried this awareness into the rest of her day, knowing that stillness is not a destination, but a choice that unfurls in any moment. As you breathe deeply once more, remember that each breath, each thought, each mundane task holds within it the potential for presence. And in that presence, you may discover the extraordinary beauty of ordinary life. In this moment, let us pause and breathe, enfolding ourselves in the soft embrace of presence. Feel the air around you, a gentle whisper against your skin. Think the rhythm of your breath as it ebbs and flows, like a tide meeting the shore. Allow your thoughts to drift like clouds across an open sky, softening into the expanse of quiet that lies beneath them. Notice the weight of the world softly receding, leaving only the precious, unfurling moment before you. Here, in this space, let us turn our attention to a simple act, an everyday experience, an invitation to be fully present in a small kitchen filled with the warm glow of the afternoon sun. Sunlight danced upon the surfaces of the dishes piled gently in the sink. Each piece bore witness to a meal prepared, shared, and savored. The air was fragrant with echoes of herbs and spices, and the remnants of laughter that had hung there like threads woven through time as she approached the sink. Mary allowed herself to be fully aware of her surroundings, the soft ticking of the clock on the wall, the distant hum of life outside. The gentle rustle of the wind through the leaves saw these sounds, slowly drawing her into this serene moment. She rolled up her sleeves, the coolness of the water washing over her forearms as she dipped her hands into the warm, soapy basin, allowing the gentle suds to cradle her fingers. Each dish was remarkable in its own right, smooth porcelain plates, tinged with colors that reflected last night's dinner, sturdy glassware carrying the remnants of laughter. As Mary picked up the first dish, she felt its familiar weight, a tangible connection to shared moments. She closed her eyes for a moment, and in that darkness, There unfurled a wealth of memories, the scent of time mingling with her grandmother's voice, the way the laughter of friends filled the space, and how time, in those simple moments, seemed to stretch like the daylight streaming through the window. With conscious intention, she began to wash the plate, the sensation of the water swirling around her hands, awakening her sense of touch. Each movement carried a fluid grace, the sponge gliding over the surface like a dancer. As her hands moved, she felt the warm water cascading like a gentle stream, the bubbles rising, bursting into little rainbows of light. Inhaling, she took in the scent of soap fresh, clean, bright. Thoughts drifted in and out like leaves dancing on a breeze. What should I make for dinner tonight? Did I remember to send that email? Yet, with each thought that arose, she gently acknowledged it, letting it float away like a passing cloud, returning her focus to the here and now. Two sensations lapping at her consciousness. The sound of the water splashing against the dishes became a melody, an orchestra of droplets that sang of simplicity, serving as her guide into greater awareness. She became aware of how the light shifted around her, illuminating the cooled ceramic and the metal of utensils, each glint reflecting the shimmer of her attention. Time slowed. There was nothing urgent, nothing to rush. The act of being dot. As she moved to the next dish's sturdy blue balls, she felt the textured surface beneath the sponge, and she closed her eyes again. She observed the rhythmic pattern of her breathing, how, with each inhale, she filled her lungs with warmth and light, and with each exhale, she let go. Here, in this stillness, there was no pressure, only gentle acceptance, and the surrender to this moment of care. With each pass of her hand, she contemplated her connection to these objects. The bowl held stories, remnants of family meals, nourishing sustenance, laughter shared over warm food. As she rinsed it, the water poured from her fingers like a gentle stream. She watched in awe as the glossy surface reflected the room, a miniature universe of fleeting moments and timeless connection. She moved through the dishes, allowing the warmth of the water to envelop her, each item revealing itself as she nurtured it with her hands. As the bubbles dissipated, they whisked away remnants of yesterday, leaving only clarity, a sense of renewal. Each stroke of the sponge against the glass, the crystal clear surface, was an invitation to be here, to explore the delicate balance of care and connection. After what felt like both a brief eternity and the soft tick of a moment, as she paused and wiped her hands on a soft towel, feeling the fibers against her skin, Mary allowed herself a moment to simply stand and observe the sink filled with gleaming dishes, sunlight pooling across the counter. The entire process had unfurled into an unexpected meditation, a communion with the ordinary and the extraordinary, held in the present. As she placed the last dish into the dish rack, the room fell into a calm silence, a gentle hush, and she listened to the faint sounds of life outside, laughter of children, a passing car, the rustle of leaves, all strumming the chords of existence. She stood for a moment longer, allowing her breath to flow freely, and noticed how the light now danced through the window, illuminating the dust motes that floated lazily, each one a reminder of the grace found in the simplest moments. Mary stepped back, feeling the warmth of completion wrap around her like a blanket. There was no rush. Within this cocoon of stillness, she could savor the satisfaction of care given, of presence embraced. With a gentle heart, she washed the last of the reminders from her hands, letting the water carry away not just the dirt, but the weight of the day in the quiet of the kitchen. Mary discovered a deep truth. Each moment holds within it the potential for stillness, the dance of water and light, a reflection of life itself. The mundane transformed into magic through the lens of awareness, illuminating the richness of existence in the simplest of acts. In that space, she found not just peace, but a reminder that life, when touched with mindfulness, goes into a beautiful tapestry of connection, woven thread by thread, moment by moment. Okay. And in that, we can each find our belonging.